Hello, once again. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good? This is another fight recap. As you're looking at the thumbnail, it's going to be pretty much talking about the big fight this weekend and what comes after it. You know what I'm saying? To the square boxing talk fight recap number 3, Ortiz versus Hooker. And also, we're going to talk about some other attachments to this fight. Those attachments being future opponents. You know what I'm saying? Who's next? But first and foremost, I want to give a salute to the WCS supporters. Appreciate everyone who tune in to the podcast. I appreciate you. If you choose to donate to the channel, that is welcome also. And let's get down to it, man. We had a welterweight extravaganza this weekend. It was a lot of anticipation leading up to this fight. Virgil Ortiz, Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker moving up from 140. Arguably the biggest fight of his welterweight career. And I'm contemplating on saying the biggest fight of his career. But it seems like it's turning into the biggest fight of his career. You know what I'm saying? King mentioned the building. Salute, man. What's good? It seems like it's turned into the biggest fight of his career because this is one of those title fights to set them up potentially for one of the bigger names at welterweight. So you all saw the fight, man. It was a back and forth, man. The first round came, and I believe Ortiz started out fast, establishing his presence, with the pressure, the power. And, he looked sharp early in the fight. And I was saying to myself, I know Maurice Hooker, being that he trained over there in Omaha, Nebraska with Terrence Crawford. I know he has, something to give more than what we've seen in the first round and so forth. So he started coming on strong. He was fighting really good, man. He was using his length, range. He was really staying in the pocket, not being too sloppy at all. Both fighters was exchanging, man. They was landing some nice shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was very competitive first half of the fight. Very competitive. I believe Maurice Hooker, was able to have success. It came into what's the word I want to use? Maurice Hooker was able to have success and look the best he's ever looked in a long time, to be honest. Because he was committing to what he was executing. It wasn't no optimism. He was committing to his punches. He was committing to staying close to Virgil Ortiz, who a lot of people consider the power puncher, but he's not a power puncher, but he does have power. You know what I'm saying? He's not that one hitter quitter, but over time he can break you down. But I like Maurice Hooker that he was just staying committed to staying close to Virgil Ortiz, and he took some damage, but he was able to get off his combinational set too. But then it really pinged, right? I would say I wonder how long he can keep this up, because this was a tremendous pace by Ortiz and Hooker. I'll say, damn, can he keep this up until 12 rounds? That's the big question, because they banging it out, man. And I started to see, Virgil Ortiz started to get marked up. And I'll say, damn, Maurice Hooker, let's go, Mo. Let's go. Because I initially said I believe Maurice Hooker was going to get stopped in the 6th round. That was my original prediction of this fight. But as the fight got closer and closer, I started saying, I just want to see Maurice Hooker in the welterweight division give a good account of himself. Do not get stopped, but give a good account of himself, because I know he got it. I said, I know he's a better boxer than what we saw against Jose Ramirez, right? And he showed that. He did. He showed it. But Virgil Ortiz was in there. He was in the fight. He was never out the fight. Virgil Ortiz was, letting it all go. You know what I'm saying? I kind of thought both of these fighters kind of made it a determining factor that it was going to be all about attrition. Early on, you can see this fight was going to be all about attrition. After you saw the fourth to fifth round, you start saying to yourself, it's all about who's more durable. It's all about who can sustain this pace, this punishment. Who can do it? And then I saw Mo go down. I was like, damn. I knew it was coming sooner or later, man. It just seems like Virgil Ortiz allowed him to get off. He allowed him to be active for a while just to see what he was working with. Basically allow him to get into a rhythm. I never thought Virgil Ortiz was seriously hurt at any point. He was allowing Maurice Hooker to get off and get into a rhythm, I guess a false sense of rhythm. And then when Virgil Ortiz came on, he came on with a vengeance. And he quickly broke Hooker down, quickly. And ended up stopping him in the seventh round. Of course, I was at the table when I was watching this fight the first time. I was in Alabama with Team Williams. He earned his 17th victory. Salute to Team Williams all day. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Roy Jones Jr., who was on deck. Tremendous fight, man. He looked great. But we was all at the table looking at this fight while we was eating post-fight. So I'm kind of gazing off somebody else's phone. And it's like three phones going on, and everybody wasn't on the same timeline as far as viewership of the fight. Some was delayed by like 20 seconds. I don't know how that's the case, phone companies or whatever, but some of us was delayed by like 20 seconds, man. You was either right on time or you was delayed. But anyway, I was saying, damn, Mo in the middle rounds, like before in the fourth or fifth round, he was really looking solid, sharp, surgical. I mean, looking strong. And then when Ortiz came on, it didn't seem like Maurice Hooker got tired. It just seems like Virgil Ortiz shifted gears. You know what I'm saying? He shifted gears, man. And I mean, that's what you want to do. If you want the big fight, you have to have levels to your game. So if you want the bigger fights, you want the bigger names, you have to go in there and perform. You have to go out there and show out. And I have to commend both of those guys for going in there and putting on an incredible performance, very entertaining. And you're not going to get too much credit for being stopped. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give you credit for going the distance that you did with Virgil Ortiz, but he's went the distance with other fighters. He went to the seventh round with other fight. I mean, that's really nothing special. I mean, I would have rather went to the scorecards myself, and then it would have been bragging rights. But on this night, Virgil Ortiz get the nod. Virgil Ortiz get the salute. Now I want to talk about the stoppage. I mean, it was quick in a hurry, fast and the furious. And I'm saying, damn, now that we gotten this over with. Not to discard Maurice Hooker, but I was like, damn, Hooker. Now I was trying to, root you on, man. We was rooting you on to stay in there, to give a good account of yourself, man. After being stopped by Jose Ramirez, all you want to do is see this fighter step up and go the distance at least. But it didn't happen. What was just a little bit on the entertaining side, everybody was waiting to the post fight interview to see what Virgil Ortiz had to say. Not so much his assessment of the fight. Yeah, we wanted to know what he had to say about, Mo. And he said, he got his respect. He's tougher because Because you look at his face, Mo was touching Virgil Ortiz. And we all up there saying, damn, he's in trouble if he allowed Maurice Hooker to touch him up like that and make him look all, like he was wearing the fight. And then he want to talk about Terrence Crawford. So Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence was in the building, of course. It's pluses and minuses I take from his post-fight conference. Then I'm gonna get to the live chat. The pluses and minuses I took from it is that I appreciate Ortiz saying he want to take the Terrence Crawford. He want the big fights, whether he's ready or not. He want it. I respect that, man. I respect Virgil Ortiz saying I want the big fights or not. I mean, whether I'm ready or not, I want the big fights. It don't matter if I'm ready or not, man. You have to respect that attitude. You just can't say it's stupid and reckless. He said, I want the big fights whether I'm ready or not. And I'm saying to myself, it'll be good that other fighters, kind of take that lead and put that arrow out there, with the fire on the tip and say, yeah, I'll take that fight. I don't care if I'm ready or not. Let's do it. So will him and Terrence Crawford, who's ringside, get the fight? Terrence says some Terrence Crawford-esque response. Terrence said, I'll stop you. I believe him. I truly believe Terrence Crawford would stop Virgil Ortiz. The way he looked in there against Mo Hooker, I truly believe Terrence Crawford would stop Virgil Ortiz. Real talk. I hope they fight. That'll be a good fight because I know Terrence is going to bring it, and I know Virgil Ortiz is going to bring it. Period. Deion Washington, what's good, my brother? Salute to you. Salute to Alabama this weekend, man. Shoot. I saw the team being escorted by the police. They was going somewhere. They had a game, I guess, so they was coming back from one. I got respect for Virgil Ortiz. Unfortunately, he's exactly where I thought he was as it pertains to welterweight rankings. He's outside the top 5. Above Ennis until April. Sounds harsh, but Mo Hooker ain't a welterweight. Dang, I don't know, man. For those couple of rounds, man, Mo Hooker looked good. But I just always got I always just had this niche. I was like, I don't think he can maintain that pace. I don't think he can take that punishment and keep on delivering, those hard shots. I just don't think he has it within that intestinal fortitude like that. I don't know, man. And yeah, you might be 100% right on that, Mitch. He might just be a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't want to make no excuses for that guy. Because for those couple of rounds, people saying it like this. Was Mo actually, having success? Because he improved. He added some wrinkles to his game, or was Virgil Ortiz allowing him to get off? You know what I'm saying? To kind of see where he was. You know how some fighters want to test the waters. It seems like when Ortiz decided to turn it all the way on and press the gas, it was a wrap. The fight went exactly how I thought it would. Ortiz was just a bit too much. Mo saw some success, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, man. I agree. He saw that smidget of success, man, and then when Ortiz decided to damn turn on the light, it was over. What's going on, Troy? How you feel, man? Yeah, I called Virgil Ortiz 6-round stoppage. I basically said it on somebody else's panel. I think I said it on my panel. I'm not sure, but I kind of have a feeling I want to see Mo perform at welterweight, but he might be at the end of his career. I'm not sure. Troy, everyone called that shit was obvious. You're right about that. I mean, it wasn't that special. Pretty much everybody was saying Ortiz was gonna win or stop him. What was going to happen? Not a smart choice to fight a young, strong welterweight for your first fight in the division. I don't know, man. We can't say it wasn't smart for Mo Hooker, but praise Mikey Garcia there, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. because Mikey Garcia was coming up from 35. His last fight was at 35 before moving all the way up to 47. So we can't castigate and Mo Hooker for taking a Virgil Ortiz when Mikey Garcia took on an Errol Spence. I know it's different, just a little bit. You're talking about a world champion, a former world champion. I mean, it's no excuses, bro. He's coming up from 140, man. Mikey came up from 135. I'm not talking about him fighting Sergey Lipin. Yes, he moved back down to 35 and then moved up to 47 after his fight with Easter. Ortiz should fight Jamal James next or Lipinets. See, those are some tough names that would be great, but it's all about if how Lipinets look against Jerome Ennis. Lipinets is a strong fighter, but Jerome might box his ears off. Jamal James, that's good. I'll look at that fight. He mentioned it wasn't obvious, and you can't speak for everyone. Well, I agree. It was obvious that Troy. Everybody had Virgil Ortiz either winning or getting a stoppage. I don't think too many people was going for Mo Hooker except his team. I mean, that's bad to say, but that's how it was, man. Lipinets is slated to fight Ennis in April. Yeah, I heard absolutely nobody say Mo was winning that fight, my guy. And I like Mo. Yeah, man. I didn't hear anybody saying it either. I didn't hear anybody going for Mo Hooker, man. That's bad too. Ortiz is a hittable, aggressive fighter. Yeah, he is, man. See, I like the action between the two. I like the energy. I just like the consistency. From the opening bell. Their performance. I have to grade their performance up there. On an A grade as far as entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? They went in there and it wasn't boring at all. And I want to say they left it all in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And one man fell. One man fell because the other was just, too strong for him. Whether he's absolutely built for 47, that's a big question. If he's not, if he doesn't feel, confident about 47, he should try to figure out what he's doing with his career. Because when Ortiz turned it on, levels above Mo Hooker, levels above. That's why he got stopped. How wasn't it obvious? And Ortiz was a 10-1 favorite. Some people believe that it was going to give us that Buster Douglas effect. It was going to give us that Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua effect. You know what I'm saying? Where the odds is so incredibly gapped that Mo can come in there and shock the world. I don't know. What just shock the welterweight division. Dion said Lawrence Okolie, UK cruiserweight Wilder, and they giving him all this praise because he's is a UK fighter. Crazy. Yeah, I seen that guy, but he's gonna have to, he makes, he doesn't make me any more excited, because I have to see this guy progress. You know what I'm saying? I have to see how he's able to progress in the cruiserweight division, how he's able to progress, period. I just want to see how he hold up. Is he legitimate? Does he have that sustaining power? To go 12 rounds and step up, his level of competition. We'll have to see that. I'm looking forward to keeping an eye on him, man, and see what he's talking about. Yes, Ortiz is a fighter's fighter like White. No, Ortiz is much more disciplined, and when it comes to technically sound, Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, is much more separated from Dillian White. I don't put them in the same space when it comes to being technically sound, and then sustaining their poise in a big fight like that. Ortiz, man, he looked good when he was getting off. He was getting off. He looked good, man. No, Crawford has no reason to fight Ortiz. I don't see Virgil Ortiz being ready for Spence or Crawford. I see Porter and possibly Thurman beat him. I know. I posted a thumbnail on IG It's not an official fight, but it was like a thumbnail of Keith Thurman and Virgil Ortiz. That would be a good fight to me. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good fight. And you look at the little bit of trouble that Keith Thurman had with Josecito Lopez, and then you turn around and you look at Virgil Ortiz. He's not a Josecito Lopez, but he is strong enough to do some damage. What's going on, Troy? How you feel, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man.
It
How was
was a
your
good
weekend?
young. It was good, man. It was good. It was fight was a good fight between two young guys, but nothing is obvious because you say the fight is obvious, then you basically say that one fighter just went in there to lay down. So we
Mm-mm.
can't really say that it's obvious, because I mean, 'cause we're not the fighter, so why would you take a fight that you obviously lose?
No, I mean we're talking about the surrounding, the masses, the boxing fans, the boxing universe. Most people were saying, not in the sense that Mo Hooker was going to go lay down, but in the sense that Virgil Ortiz was a much better fighter than he was.
And to be honest with you, there's some if and an in that. Even though I picked him to win, I told you I picked him to win because he's aggressive and he's mean and he throws his shots to hurt you and he has some power. And I said that Hooker fights kind of timid and he pity pats with his jab and his right hand is obvious and he could get backed up. If if you're aggressive enough, you could back him up real quick and he
He
goes
didn't.
straight back.
He didn't do that
So
yesterday though. He wasn't
what are you
timid
talking
and
about?
pity patting. He was sitting down on his punches when he had to for that little bit of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A little bit of time he had to do it.
he should have utilized his jab and his movement, man. That's not a guy you want to really. 'Cause I didn't watch the whole thing yet. I watched parts of it, and then I basically kind of dozed off. But really, he could outbox this guy if he set his mind to it. He could outbox Ortiz because let me explain something to you. Ortiz is not ready to move up yet to fight Crawford, Spence, or any of them guys. He could be outboxed. He fights one way, and that's kind of like he comes in to hurt you,
I
and
mean,
he'll he'll
him and Mikey Garcia somewhat similarly fight the same way, in my opinion.
No,
Just
Mikey has a hell of a lot more. No, Mikey can box and he can fight. Mikey got talent. He has great eyes too. Mikey has some great eyes on him. He sees it. He sees the whole ring. He's a
yeah,
great
he
Mikey
got
got
great eyes. That's why he told Spence he sees something, and all he saw was the front of Spence left and right.
no. Yeah, that's great. What I mean by great eyes is that he's actually a counter puncher. That's what those eyes are for. He's a great counter puncher. So no, him and Spence are two completely different animals, man. One's a well-rounded fighter, and one's just an aggressive, strong young kid that really hasn't found his overall style yet. He's still learning. And if you get a guy that actually believes in his jab and has some movement and has a strong will, they will beat Ortiz. I can't think of anyone right. Ugas, if he gets in there with Ugas will box circles around him. He'll box circles around him. There's another guy out there. If he would utilize his height and his natural skill, Jamal James, the 6'2" guy, right?
Yeah,
If he gets in there with him and fights, it's going to be a good fight. But here's the thing: Jamal is 6'2", but he likes to fight in the phone booth. He doesn't utilize that height. He'll fight you. He'll just meet you where you are, and he'll bang with you instead of boxing. He should go to Crunk, man, and learn how to utilize that height and that reach he has over everybody instead of staying there banging with 5'7", 5'8", and 5'9" guys. That
I
makes
think
no sense to me.
you bringing that crunk shit over here, man. Get out! Come on, Troy. Don't turn this
I
shit
don't know
into a
what you're
crunk
talking
shit.
about.
That
I don't know
shit,
what you're
man.
talking
Emmanuel Stewart is original. The original. Emmanuel Stewart
about.
is
Okay.
the original, not Sugar Hill. Emmanuel Stewart. He is the original
You're
OG.
telling me that for what reason?
I'm
You're
just
telling
letting
me
you
that for
know
what reason?
because you
You didn't need to
clicked
let
the
me know
link
that.
because you
You know,
clicked the
you
link. That's why.
I got it, but
Um, I
what
got
I
I
was
got to
saying
read
to you.
some of the other comments, Troy, right quick, man. I got to
Okay,
read
cool,
some of the
cool,
other
cool, cool.
comments. Dion say Ortiz need to fight Conor Ben or David Avanesian. That'll be good fights, man. I like Conor Ben. If if you're talking about somebody boxing Ortiz, cool, but Conor Ben doesn't have the power to keep Ortiz off of him, but so
Nope.
he'll have to box him. He has the flash and everything, and I would like to see how he holds up if he gets touched up, just like Maurice Hooker, because Conor Ben doesn't have the power to slow down Virgil Ortiz. He can flash him, he has the flash and the technique and the boxing repertoire, but he doesn't have any power to go with it. He has the freaking courage, confidence, all that shit. I don't
Yes, he
praise
does.
Mikey, but I'm gonna get back to you after Mitch. I don't praise Mikey, but he did make it through 12 rounds versus arguably the top guy in the division, and Mikey face looked better than Ortiz. I agree, man. I agree. Andrew Charles, salute to you. WCS, salute, bro. Mo got stopped by a young guy outside the top five. Mikey made it through 12. That's what I'm saying. Like, and Mikey was somewhat trying to be aggressive towards Spence because he said he saw something. But what were you gonna say, man?
No, no, no. I was just agreeing with you about Conor Ben. He has that personality where he's a tough guy and he's a focused guy, but he doesn't have anything to keep this guy off him. He doesn't, but
Yeah,
he does have that will and he has that personality that says, I understand what I need to do in there, right?
yeah, he'll
And
definitely
he'll,
make it interesting.
yes, sir, yes, sir. And if he has a good trainer that's a solid guy, then he'll definitely follow that fight plan through, and it'll be an interesting fight. But all that comes down to what's he going to do when he gets hurt. That's what it comes down to, you know. But that'll be a good fight, man. I give you respect for that. Conor Benningham be a good fight, but I don't think he has anything to really keep Ortiz off him for 12 rounds. Because
Yeah,
he's going to get touched.
especially with no power. Especially with no
Yeah,
power, man. And
he's going to get touched.
Maurice Hooker looked, he touched him up real good, but he just didn't have the power to really slow him down. Virgil Ortiz, the Mexicans, they sometimes fuel up once they start to get touched. They fuel up and go into that mode, man, where they just start going, straight forward, mano a mano, and get in your chest, go tit for tat.
That-
But Ortiz,
That's
man, I just I just look at him, Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Sean
you're going
Porter,
to
and
do
him,
that.
in my opinion, style for style, him and Sean Porter will be a pretty decent fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just think you're going too high for him right now. As I mentioned James, what about the other one? Lipin yet?
Yeah,
Sergio?
looking at
Yeah,
Sergey.
that'd be a good fight for him too. Sergey, right. That'll be a good fight for
Yeah,
him right
but
now.
we got to see how he goes against the boxer and Jerome Ennis, though. Jerome Ennis should be able to put together punches and bunches against Sergey, like Mikey Garcia did, and see how he handles, you know, um, the size of a fighter like Jerome Ennis, because Lipinet's moving up to 47 too and getting acclimated. So we'll see how that goes. This is a
Yeah,
big
and
fight for Jerome Ennis.
I heard that Progress might even be moving up to 147. So once he gets a fight or two under his belt, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, he's not moving up anytime soon, though. I mean, Progress just
Now,
talking, but no, because
okay.
Maurice Hooker, him and Maurice Hooker are supposed to fight not too long ago, and the fight fell through the COVID. And Maurice wanted the fight was supposed to be at 143. And then, when they
Mm-hmm.
came back to the table, Maurice Hooker said, no, let's do it at 47. He's like, no, I'm not ready to move up the welterweight yet.
Mm, okay. I keep hearing how COVID stops flights, but I see flights happening. I don't know how
I
that.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
right now. I mean, you saw how Texas looked. I mean, it wasn't no freaking social distance. It was people packed in that, pretty good
Mm,
crowd.
pretty good crowd, a lot of places, but you also know that we got a big heavyweight fight coming this Saturday, right?
I mean, I know you want to get on the heavyweights, but I gotta stick to the topic at hand,
Yeah.
Troy.
No, no, I'm just saying there's a heavyweight fight coming up, which I'm definitely gonna watch with White and Perfection. But yeah, I definitely
Oh yeah,
appreciate
yeah, for
the
sure. Yeah, we're gonna be watching
yeah,
White and Paveckin, of course.
yeah. I'm definitely gonna I definitely appreciate the two youngsters that fought. Was it Saturday night they fought or Friday night? Because somebody fought Friday too, right?
I was at a fight card in Alabama. I was in the field, so
Okay, okay,
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, okay. I think it was the cruiserweight that fought on Friday night. The guy from England, is that right?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure. I
Okay,
was busy as shit. That's why I
yeah.
ain't do no lives Friday, Saturday. I was busy.
Oh, no, That's good, man. Were you out at the fights? Getting your interviews and everything else.
Yeah, I was in Alabama with Teen Williams Jr. and Roy Jones.
Okay, okay. So Roy's a full time trainer now. He's not fighting anymore, is he? Well, at least I hope not.
Well, he got something lined up.
He has a
I can't
fight lined
I
up.
can't speak on it right now, but I will when it's time. Yeah, he does have one more fight lined up. It's gonna be pretty good too. I mean, yeah, he got one more fight lined up.
Maybe he's against Tava. Tava's supposed to be coming back
No,
as a
it ain't
cruiserweight.
against it ain't against Tarver. Hell no, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Antonio Tarver do the fight on Triller against Frank Mir. Mitch
Um,
Ortiz can be outboxed, but not by Mo Hooker on any night. Once he tickled those ribs, the fight was good as over. I get it, man. He did tickle those ribs, didn't he? Jay Dixon, salute, man. Salute Garcia Camp scene to go after guys with glaring issues. Everyone knew Hooker wasn't going to keep boxing and get lured into a brawl. He's like Easter
mhm.
Jr. Fights at the wrong range. But check this out, Jay. You look at the last fight. You can only say that against like Robert Easter, the way he fought Mikey Garcia, because he had to, because Mikey Garcia was fighting Robert Easter just like freaking Virgil Ortiz was fighting Mo Hooker. But if you saw what Robert Easter did against Ryan Martin, I mean, he fought a different fight. He only fought 2 rounds like he did Javier Fortuna. He fought 2 rounds only when he was chest to chest and fighting small. The rest of the rounds, cakewalk. He outboxed him on the outside, used his range. He fought tall. So I know what you're talking about. I was saying that back then too, but they got him up out of there, man. Shout out to Mike Stafford. Ugas is the only guy I can see Virgil Ortiz beating of the top guys at welterweight. Ugas,
I don't,
let me see, on there because he has a title. Okay.
I don't see him beating. I don't see him beating Ugas at all. I don't.
You don't
Don't
see
care.
who beating Ugas?
Ortiz.
If
I
you
don't.
if you look at the same Ugas who fought Porter, I don't know. Did Ugas perform well that night, or did Sean Porter underperform? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? I don't know,
Ugas is
man.
Ugas is a solid, tough boxer. He's not gonna. This guy's not gonna knock him out and walk through him like he did Hooker or anybody else he knocked out. Ugas is a tough out for anybody. He is.
I
So
don't know, man. He got 2 email
I don't see
belts.
him.
I have to keep the same
It doesn't
energy.
matter about the belt. He has the skill.
He didn't beat Besputin. You know what I'm saying? The one that popped positive, and then they elevated Yadina Zugas, and then from there he was elevated, to the interim. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know what
I
that got to do
mean
with it,
I mean
Ortiz,
not
but
the interim. He was elevated to for Manny Pacquiao's belt. Because I would have rather Yadina Ugas fought someone where I can gauge what what his performance level is with the top names at the welterweight division. Like, forget Sean Porter. Sean Porter fought to the level of his competition. I mean, like, Sean Porter had a subpar performance that night against Ugas. Ugas looked good, but I'm starting to think like, did Sean Porter just fight to the level of his opposition? I'm waiting for him to step in there with the former unified champion, either Keith Thurman. I want to see him fight somebody like Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence is not going to happen. He say it is. Errol Spence goes in there and dominates Yordenis Ugas. Dominates him.
I don't think he'll dominate him, but he'll beat him.
I don't know what you're seeing, but goddamn it.
No, no, because I haven't seen Errol Spence dominate anyone, but I've seen him beat some good fighters, but dominate, no.
So who you think win between Ugas and Mikey Garcia?
Ugas. Ugas is stronger than him.
Man, Ugas ain't beating no Mikey Garcia, man. Stop it. Stop it,
Yes, he
Troy.
is. Ugas
Man,
is bigger and stronger than Mikey Garcia.
what
He's
the
gonna
hell
win.
were you goddamn sipping on this weekend, dog? Some eggnog mixed with
I'm, gl-
moonshine? What
I'm
what,
glad
what we talking
I'm
about?
glad you asked that, man. I juiced a pineapple and I juiced some beets, man. That's what I'm drinking right now.
Okay, you might have juice some pineapples and some beets. I'm talking about the extra 100% proof that you put in there after you juiced it.
I don't drink at all.
Okay,
Don't drink, don't smoke, never have, never will.
okay, for
I've never,
sure.
I've never been drunk. Well, high for that matter.
Hey, Dion said, leave that crunk shit out of here. I agree with
Dion can say what he
Dion.
wants. Dion can
I
say
will
what he
leave.
wants, but man,
I'm with Dion. Leave that crunk shit alone,
why not?
because
I
we all
mean,
know with the crunk hatred.
I don't have
If
any
crunk,
hatred for Crunk at all. I don't have any hatred for anybody, actually.
if crunk is the only place that teaches common sense boxing, we have a problem,
I just
man.
I just threw it out there because they're actually known for working with tall fighters, and I think that would be a good place for him. That's why that was my first choice. My second choice would be Buddy McGirt. If that doesn't work out, it's John David Jackson. So he has three
Mm,
options.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, Buddy McGirt, if anything, I mean, he did corner Sergey Kovalov and getting his title back from Alida Alvarez and many more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just putting it out there. But Deion say the
Buddy's a
Mexican
great
fighters
kid.
go into the ring to go out on their shield. That Mexican fighter manual, Mexican fighter manual rule number one. Yeah, I mean that Ortiz kind of give us that Mexican style flavor though. You know, coming straight forward, which is gonna totally fuck him up in there with somebody that can box. Seriously, you know, it's gonna fuck him up with somebody that can actually box. Period.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just like a broad. It's like a broad brush to just paint the whole country, all their fighters is the same way when it's not true. I understand what you're saying because because you have a lot of these fighters that fight like Chavez. It's kind of like he's a standard bearer, right? But
I
that's not
mean,
true for all of them. That's not true for all of them. I'm talking about senior. I'm not talking about junior, right?
no, no. I mean, all Mexican fighters don't fight the Mexican style. They don't. But
No,
I'm
they
I'm
don't.
just reading the comment. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so a lot. The Mexican style is out there for a reason because Mexican
Mm-hmm.
fighters have fought that way for quite some time. So it's just not something that's out of the sky. You know what I'm saying?
No, 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 no. They do have a certain base, most of them, but then you have some very good boxers. Like Marquez was a good boxer, right? Uh, Canelo, very good boxer, and I'm trying. It was another one. Why does that brother's name escape me? And I see his head. Azuma Nelson fought him. Then he died in a car crash. He was another great boxer. All right, I cannot remember that dude's name. Johnny Tapia, another one. That's another great boxer, and he was Mexican. So you do have Mexicans that are actually very great boxers. They're not all aggressive, right?
I mean, some consider that style boxing. You know, just because they're fighting on the inside, they're still boxing. It's dirty boxing. You know, like the Mexican style can be considered boxing entirely, but you're boxing on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how much skill you have to have and how much resilience to fight on the inside. That's tough. Just like we seen Stephen Fulton and Angelo Leo do. You have to have some cojones to fight on the inside like that. You have to know what the fuck you're doing.
I absolutely know what kind of skill it takes to fight on the inside, and one of the best was Mike McCollum. I know
Yeah.
exactly what fighting on the inside does, man. So yeah,
James Tony too. Shit. Don't leave
yes,
out lights out now.
no, I'm not going to do that because Mike McCollum taught him most of the stuff you see him doing there, and he'll come out and tell you. He'll come out and tell you that he said that was his toughest fight. Was Mike
Yeah.
McCollum. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for James, man. I used to try and mimic some of the stuff he did. I couldn't. I didn't have that skill. But James was something special, man. Back in the day, he just had that. He was gifted, man. He was gifted, boy. I'm glad he's training now, though, and he don't box no more. I'm glad he's training. Yeah, James is a renaissance man, man. He's definitely that. But
Yeah, they
all right,
shouldn't they
brother.
shouldn't have blackballed him out the Hall of Fame either. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why
Fighting
he's
with
not in the freaking Hall of Fame. Why he's not in the Hall of Fame?
because of the relationship he burnt the bridges with certain people in boxing. That's why. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
some bull. It's based on what you do in the ring. It ain't based on your personal preference of the person.
I
That's the
mean,
bull.
yeah, but boxing is a blackball sport. Sometimes that's why you hear
Hmm.
terminology like putting on the shelf. You'll be on the shelf, and all this other shit recently with Top Rank and all the other. That's just boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody does
King
that, though.
Mitch,
Yeah.
King Mitch said, fighting Ortiz is a backward step for Sean Porter at this point. I think Porter will make him look bad. I have to agree with Mitch only because Yordenis Ugas has the belt right now. So it would be a backward step because there's no need for him to go down and try to pick up that belt. It's a backward step. So fight Yordenis Ugas for that one, which I doubt he would get a rematch now that Yordenis Ugas is in that slot. But once again, he received that shit via inbox. So god damn it, he need to do what he need to do. That's not a big fight, Troy. Dion said that's not a big fight. Um,
What fight is not a big fight?
hey, put it in the chat because I was talking there, Dion.
Okay.
We got to reevaluate what fights we call them big over here on World Combat Sports. Certain terminology shall be reserved on behalf of you. Ain't never lied. Goddamn. We have to stay on code for real, man. What we consider big fights. You know what I'm saying? All right, they might be talking to you, Troy. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about is not a big fight. I don't know. I don't know which fight I said was a big fight because I don't recall saying anything was a big fight.
IB, what's good? Salute WCS. Salute to you, man. What's good with you? Hope all is well, my brother. Dixon, that's true. Easter Jr. did make that adjustment, but I need to see him do it more than once. Know he truly understands. Yeah. I think
Oh,
he has, man. He looked great against Ryan Martin, man. He outboxes. I mean, he boxed circles around that dude easily. So whether he consistently do it and not get in the brawls and fight small, I don't know. I think he's learned since then. He made it look easy. Ugas is
yeah.
solid, but he barely finished his last fight. Remember, he was hurt pretty bad towards the end, if I'm not mistaken. You want to
But he
comment on
won.
that?
Yeah, he won.
But you can't say he won now. You can't say he
Why not? He
won.
won. He
But
won.
what's your boxing assessment on him being hurt and looking the way he did? Do you
Well, let me
still commend him for that?
I don't know. Let me explain something to you. Once you step in there, there's a chance you can't get hurt. It's a chance you could get ugly, but it's not how you start. It's not what happens in the middle. It's what happens is what you do at the end of the fight, and that everybody looks at. He won. He might have looked ugly. He might have been hurt, but he did enough to win the fight, and that's all that matters. And
I disagree, man. It is what you
I
do
didn't hear a
during the
dispute
beginning and
over
the
him
middle and
winning.
the end.
I didn't hear a dispute over him winning at all. I didn't hear any boos. So he won, and he just didn't look good that night. That's all. Let me explain something to you with Ugas. Ugas is a fighter that's just good enough. When it comes to Spence, Crawford, and those guys, he's not going to beat them because he's just good enough. He doesn't have that it factor, but he's good enough to beat Ortiz and everybody else that I named. James, Lipinets, and all them. He could beat them, but he's not going to beat these top guys because he's not good enough. He's just very damn good. He's just not good
I'm
enough.
not sold on Ugas, man. I think he's overrated, and I've been on
Well,
point. I've been on point pretty good with the boxers I believe it's overrated. One, Anthony
I don't,
Joshua. Two, Lomachenko,
I
and
don't know
and,
how he's
and
overrated.
third, freaking Yordenis Ugas. I think these
Yeah,
guys are overrated. To be honest,
but that's good for you. But I never where I have him. He's not overrated. As I stated, he's good enough, but he doesn't have the it factor. So he doesn't. He's not going to
Mitch,
be up there with Spence and Crawford and them. But he give him a little rough ride. But he's going to lose eventually. He's
I
going to
think he
lose.
step up there with Terrence Crawford, he gets stopped. And I think if Errol Spence fight the right fight with Yordenis Ugas, he gets stopped.
Yeah,
He
that's
gets
true. That's true. That's true. And the fight that Dion Washington is talking about is White for Beck, and he said that's not a big fight. It's not a big fight to him. It's a big heavyweight fight, so it's just not a big fight to him. There's no Americans in there, and yada 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 yada. It's a big fight.
Yeah, you need to come back over across to the U.S. lines there, Troy. We all know you over there across the pond,
Um,
heavy. But
when did I
anyway,
leave the United States, man? Yeah, when did I leave
anyway,
the United States? I'm
you
sorry.
are a goddamn messenger. You Paul Revere without a horse. God damn it.
No,
They
Paul
seen they
Revere was a
seen
white
you. They
man.
seen you back across the pond. Hey, let the U.S. fans know this, Troy. Okay, this and this is
Man,
going on in the heavyweight division. Go past the word.
I'm like 10 shades darker than you, so I don't know how I could be Paul Revere because if I remember correctly, he's a white man.
No, we the same shade, man. It's just
Nope,
the studio
absolutely not.
lights. It's just the studio lights that
Nah,
make me lighter than what I am. You know what
you
I'm
about
saying?
the same complexion as Holly Berry. No,
Negative, negative.
you're nowhere near my complexion. None.
White versus Povetkin is just a basic fight, in my opinion. We're gonna tune in for it because for me, I need to see if Dillian White can survive this rematch in hopes of going in there so Deontay Wilder can have him, for appetizer so he can move on in his career. So I really want to see Dillian White win this fight against Alexander Povetkin. For
Let me
real.
ask
I
you a
want to see
question.
Dillian White wins this fight so he can place himself in a position that he's been wanting for quite some time. I mean,
Let
really,
me ask you a
I'm just
question.
being all honest. Like he's been wanting to fight Deontay for the longest. So if
Right.
he wins this fight, potentially he will place himself in a position to fight the Bronze Bomber.
Let me ask you a question. Right. What's going on with Crawford and Porter? Is the fight? Are they going to fight, or is that fight just not going to happen?
Well, from what I'm hearing, it's been talks behind the scene. I mean, Crawford actually called Michael Williams Jr. last night when we was at the fight. He actually called and told him congratulations on his 17th victory. And so he didn't mention too much about Sean Porter, nothing like that. But I couldn't tell you, man. It's been talked that they may indeed, get it in. I don't know, but I want to see him fight somebody besides Sean Porter.
That's a fight that should happen because it can only do good for Crawford. Because if he stops Porter, not saying he will, but if he stops him, then he can say that he's done what nobody else has ever done. Right.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
then from Porter, he could call Thurman's bluff and say, "Okay, I stopped Porter. What do you need for me to make you next?" Right? And then,
I mean,
boom.
Thurman don't have a belt, so that'll pretty much be going backwards for Terrence Crawford to fight Keith Thurman after Sean Porter. That mean that he would have fought two top names, so to speak, with no belt. So therefore, I know he's not the one trying to unify the welterweight division, but then Errol Spence, if he's already fought for that WBA title, then they should be trying to talk something up for Errol
Well,
Spence and Terrence Crawford if he defeats Sean Porter.
okay. The point I'm trying to make is that the Spence boat has obviously moved on. Doesn't mean that his
No,
career should stop.
no,
Yeah, yeah, it has. Yes, it has.
mm-mm,
Yes, it
I
has.
doubt it.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's moved on. So he should fight the best out there that's available to fight. So get that fight with Thurman, and then hey, if Danny Garcia wanted, if he stops all three of them, then no one can say nothing to him. Then he can say, okay, well, since I can't get the fight with Spence, I'll see what I can do at 154.
But who is
And
he proving it to? He's not the one. You say the Spence boat has moved on. More so, Spence is the one that had the intentions of unifying the welterweight division. Spence, not Terrence Crawford. Spence. So Spence happened to have one of the prominent super titles in WBO. So therefore, if Spence wants to pick up the WBO and have three of those titles, he has to somehow be sensible enough and reasonable to come at Terrence Crawford with a reasonable amount of the percentage, not this 80-20 bullshit, and
well, there you have it.
make it accommodating for Terrence Crawford to take him serious.
Well,
What's
well,
going on,
well,
Dion?
well,
And
there you
what's
have it.
going on? Hey, hold
Yeah.
on, man. Time out, time out, time. See, I wanted to just sit back and drink me a glass of Uncle Nears and hear the show tonight, man. But I couldn't sit back and let it happen no more, man. Hey, there's no room anywhere on World Combat Sports to where a fight that was in Eddie Hearn's backyard, the rematch is a big fight. There's no room for that. Come on, Troy. We can't let you we can't let you do that, man. We can't let you do that, man. White versus Povetkin is an average fight. You know, over here it might get on Bounce TV or something. Come on, bro.
Bounce TV.
I,
Come on,
I
man.
believe I was talking about Crawford's
No,
fight.
man. You
I
said
believe I was
something.
talking about that.
Hey, we can pull the tape, bro. We can
I know
pull the
what I
tape.
just said, but I know what I was speaking on just now.
No. I'm talking about when you first said it. You said
I
that
know what
White
I
versus
said.
Povetkin was a big fight. You said we got
Yeah,
a big fight coming up. That is not a big
I said a
fight,
big
bro.
heavyweight fight.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but
not a big fight.
but we were just discussing Crawford, man. So I
Well,
think that's a better conversation.
I'm gonna stay on code. Let me
Yeah,
know when
your
the
code,
bell ring and both of them in the ring.
your code. Yeah,
I mean,
both
no, it
who?
ain't my code. I mean, it's what I've been standing on the whole time.
What are you talking about now? You talking about
You said
Crawford and?
Spence versus Crawford. I'm not gonna speak on that
I'm
fight.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant Crawford versus Porter, and then and then Thurman, and then Gashi, and then he could move up to 154 because the other fighter, that boat has moved on, so there's no need to even talk about that fight happening.
Okay, I feel that. I've been like that for 3 months since Scott had been letting me on. I mean, since World Combat been letting me on.
Yeah,
I've
Hmm.
been
we
standing on code with
we
it.
really have been talking about Spence Crawford, but I just said like, since it came up as far as him fighting Porter, the only reason people really want to see him fight a common opponent of Spence is the pretty much a bridge the gap and bring them closer to fighting. But I don't think it's going to happen now. The fact that Errol Spence on some other shit.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
yeah. Just
I'm
let me
agreeing
know.
with you.
Just let me know when both of them in the ring and the opening bell. Hit.
Well, I advise you to go get a fork and find a fat lady, because that ain't never gonna happen. It's over, baby. It's over.
Well, it is what it is. Yeah. Next
If he
fight.
moves up, if Crawford moves up to 54, great, man. I said that before. I like, Crawford. He has that dog. He's the one. If anybody's gonna move up from 47, that's a big name at 47 up to 54, and challenge somebody up there. I don't see how he's gonna do it because them Charlos they can be kind of petty. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
only
I mean, we're looking at two people that's seriously petty in the sport of boxing right now. Errol Spence and Jamel Charlo. So, Jamel Charlo freaking unifies that division. Salute to him. I can't take that away. But I seriously doubt he's gonna give Terrence Crawford first dibs when his stablemate down at welterweight has been acting a fool. I don't see him giving him that pleasure. I don't think Jamel Charlo saying, okay, I'll fight Terrence Crawford at 54. Him moving up from 47, 54. Jamel's going to be the bigger fighter. And plus, he's been in there with Tony Harrison, who can straight up box. It'll be interesting.
hmm
You know?
I tell you, I tell you what. It sounds like you're saying that the Charlos don't have a mastermind type of mindset. If you're calling them petty, then you're trying to say that they don't see the bigger picture. Because fighting fighting Crawford, if he moves up, will only help both their careers, because Crawford is a big name, especially if he's still undefeated. You see what I'm
Who's
saying?
undefeated?
If Crawford moves up and he's still
Man,
undefeated, that's a big
Yeah.
name for them. That'll be the biggest name that Charlo ever fought. Would be Crawford. So,
Yeah, but,
but you just
yeah.
clarified it. You said they were petty. So, I
I
guess
mean,
that
yeah,
fight
they,
ain't gonna
they, they
happen either.
petty. Errol Spence is undefeated too. But I mean, he doesn't see Crawford as a big enough name to stop, saying 70-30 and 80-20 every other sentence. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we want to see something to bring us closer and to make the fight official, not just rambling on with loose banter that don't mean shit to, this welterweight unification. We want to see undisputed, man.
We all
Y'all
want to
both
see
on the top pound for
unification,
pound. Y'all top
but
5 pound for pound.
honestly, I'm gonna tell you a quick actual boxing story. When Ray wanted to fight Hagler, he said to Hagler, "Okay, I give you $12 million." Hagler said, "Okay, cool." Then there was some argument with the size of the ring. Ray said, "Okay, make it 15." Hagler said, "Cool. I don't care about the size of the ring. Fight made." Ray got to pick the gloves, the fight of the ring, size of the ring, how many rounds, all of that. Hagler just got his 15 million. See how easy that was? And there's
I
no
mean, that was,
fight bigger than that nowadays. There's no fighter out there that's bigger than them two that was that far apart that fight was made. So you telling me that this little fight here can't get made? Who the hell is Crawford? Who the hell is
but
Spence when it comes to
but
boxing? Who
but
cares?
Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is neither Sugar Ray Leonard nor Marvelous Hack.
Exactly. They're actually way smaller than them. Right.
So I mean,
That's
of
my
course,
point.
at that era, them guys was fighting some top names without all the rigmarole, and now it's just all about social media, Twitter, and IG, and all this other shit. I got to get some of these comments right quick. And, 21 Strong, what's good, man? What's up, WCS? Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you pulling up. They say we talk about Ugas getting in there with fresh young bull like Ortiz. We must consider how he looked in the last fight. He was hurt. Okay, I think I read about American or not has nothing to do with the magnitude of that upcoming heavyweight fight. It's just not a big fight. It's an okay fight in an okay top heavyweight division. The end. You know, Mitch say Troy always coming over here mentioning Dillian White funky ass.
I'm telling you.
He said, Troy, why should Bud fight those guys? It doesn't do anything for Bud. You know, the common
What is
opponent shit is cool, but I just want Crawford to put his skills on display with top welterweight, in my opinion. Sean Porter is one of those guys. Sean Porter is a good fight for Crawford. Sean Porter is a good fight for anyone. Troy, any of those welterweights would be the big name at 154.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
So you don't think Keith
Porter's not
Thurman would be a big name? Keith Thurman would be a big name. He only has one loss.
I'm
Porter's not
telling
going to be a
you.
big name in 154, isn't
Sean Porter still has Wall Street in his boxing career, even
he? I
with the
didn't ask
loss.
you that. I said if he's going to be a
Yeah,
big name.
yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He would. Yeah,
No.
he would.
Why did he leave there in the first place then?
And that's a good question. Why Errol Spence was fluctuating back and forth from 154 to 47 majority of his career before he finally
No, I
settled
said
in
Crawford.
the welterweight.
I mean,
That's a
I
good
said,
question.
but
Because
nah,
Errol Spence was above 47, 150, 152. You know, he was fighting back and forth for like 18 fights. And then he decided to settle in and you know get ranked at 47.
Yeah, because
So
he fought Van Heerden at 54.
yeah, so I'm like, why is everybody up here continuing to compare Errol Spence as a welterweight when he just start to settle in? He didn't even get a title at 54. So he decided to just settle in to 54. I mean, to 47, picks up a title from Kell Brook and then Sean Porter. I mean, what's so great about that?
I don't know, man. I I don't call anybody great at this point.
I think Sean Porter step up there and fight a fighter. Like you know, Sean Porter fought at 160 in the amateur. Once then he fight like 160, 168 there, something like that.
He fought like that in the Amis.
So he used to fighting, you know, at a higher weight, but him stepping in there fighting some of those names that's in the top two ranking in those sanctioning bodies would be interesting. I mean, no one has stopped Sean Porter, so yeah, you can still consider him a pretty decent, solid name to step up there. But I'm more so concerned about Crawford because I think he'll give Jamel Charlo a pretty decent go, for those
I think he
titles.
beats him. It's going to be a tough fight. Charlo's strong and tough, but I still think he beats him.
It'll be a good fight. I can't say who's gonna win that. Seriously.
Yeah,
Go
he
ahead,
just
Dion.
has. Go ahead.
I ain't got much, man. It's just, I just came to, uphold the code, man. That's all.
Yeah, I was talking to Deontay boy. We was up there at the gym. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, man. Willie Lowe,
Okay.
the trainer. Yeah, he had a fighter. He had Joshua on deck, man. It's heavyweight. He went in there and fought, and he got a first round knockout.
That's all right then. That's all
I haven't
right.
even posted his interview yet, but I did an interview with him.
Yeah. Man, we got some cooking, man. We got a lot of good young fighters around here, man. I'm glad they finally found their way to the gym. You know.
Deion Nicholson. He was just in the ATL this weekend sparring Mack Truck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw that. He was looking good, man. I'm ready to see him in a poacher, man. You know.
Yep,
And then at the same time, I want to see him in a Coley after what I saw yesterday.
yep.
I got a question for you there, World Combat. Is Kofi out of that gym in Alabama? Michael Kofi, Coffie.
Is he
Is he
what?
out of that? Is he out of that gym in Alabama, or is he from someplace else?
What's his name again?
Michael Kofi, Coffie.
From my understanding, I think isn't that Coach Cuz maybe training him? I think
Who?
Coach Cuz.
Yeah, is he out of Alabama?
He's out of the same gym that I'm talking about, Deontay Wilder's gym.
Okay, he must be
Coach
a pretty
Cuz,
good cook.
Coach Cuz been up there. He trained other fighters. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
he actually he actually do mid work and everything for Deontay too. But yeah, he been around that gym since the back in the day too. So um yeah, he's up there with Willie Lowe. Willie Lowe's a trainer up there. They have other trainers up there that train other fighters. The other fighters is coming up. They do.
Okay. Well, whoever's in that boy's corner. Well, that young man, Kofi. They got him on a good pace, man, because his instincts are great. He started late, but his instincts are great, and he got some great eyes too. But his instincts, you don't see a lot of people doing the stuff he does in there. He's just real instinctual,
Yeah.
because when you in there, if you think too much, right, that's a second or two that you're giving someone to hit you, or to catch you with something. His stuff is that he sees it, hits it, moves. That's what he does. See it, hit it, move. He's very fluid like that, man. I like what I see in him. I like what I see in him. So hopefully they'll keep him at a steady pace, because I would like to see him go in there with Anderson, the young cat from out of Ohio with the big shoulders, right?
Hmm.
Maybe in a year or so. I'd love to see him go in there with Anderson. But right now I want him to what's his name? Jaffe?
F.A.
Kofi?
Jogba.
Yes. I like to see Kofi and Ojagwa, yes.
Mm.
Because Kofi has the power, but he's not as instinctual.
Hmm.
So I think it'll be a good fight, man. And I think he stops uh uh uh, uh Jaffa. I think he stops him. Yeah,
Well,
he
Fa
just has.
another overrated fighter than me. He's now at top rank. So I'm not sure what they're doing with him up there as far as his improvement, but we'll see his next fight. I just think he's very robotic, heavy footed, and his ring IQ needs work. That showed
Yeah,
when he stepped in there with a C-level fighter and got dropped. I'm like,
Kujanu.
yeah,
huh?
it just doesn't make any sense, man.
Yeah, he's young, man. His skill level is young. That's why I want to see him up here with Kofi, because I'm telling you, Kofi will beat him. I got that feeling. I just see it. I see him. If he beats him, that'll put him on another level, and then he can say, "Well, okay, well, I want to fight. Get the other boy to come back. Kovnowski, right?
Adam Konowski, yeah.
He
He
finna
Yeah,
he
be
has
yeah.
a fight coming up. He's fighting Robert Helenius again in the
A
rematch.
rematch. Okay, well, if he fights him the same way, it'll be the same outcome. Same blessed outcome. Can't just come straight forward on a guy like that. He has too much reach for you and everything else. Can't keep coming forward and saying, "Okay, well, I'm gonna knock you out." Okay.
I mean, it was big hopes for Andy Konowski. I mean, he just fought the wrong fight against a very awkward, underrated Robert Helenius. And
Yeah.
Helenius put those paws on him the right way, man, and boxed him real nice. So
Yeah. Well, the truth is, uh, what's the boy name? Kovnowski is not anything special, man. I'll take 3 punches to land my own, and I'll walk in a straight line. How difficult is that? It's just an enforcing his will type of style that he has, and he and
it's
he and he got up against someone that he couldn't enforce. That just that wasn't going to work on him. It wasn't going to work on him. And if he didn't change his style and all that, he's going to end up stopped again. Period.
He
Hey,
hasn't
Troy.
figured it out.
Hey, Troy.
Yes, sir.
That sounds just like your boy Dillian White, man. If he
Really?
don't do none of what you just said,
You should
it's
clean
gonna
your
go.
contacts. You should really clean your contacts, man.
I just wanted to keep you on code with that, and I wanted to catch you right there.
I know.
I didn't
I
want
know
it to
you
go
did.
nowhere. I just hope
All I
your
know.
boy did the same thing because his gas tank was on E in round 4.
Okay,
Povetkin was
I'm glad
about to
you
throw
say
that
so.
same shot at the end of round 4 and came out
Okay.
and threw that same shot at the beginning of round 5
Okay.
and ended White Knight. So I hope your boy take your advantage. Matter of fact, you need to call Dean White, get him on the line so you can get that right to him, man. You don't need to send a pigeon with the message in his mouth or nothing. You need to
I
tell
wish I
Dean
could
White
get that
that
cat to the gym
himself.
in Baltimore down
He
here,
need to
man.
hear it just like you just told us.
I wish I could get him to the gym in Baltimore right here, Umar Boxing, and I get him in front of, Mr. Marv McDowell, and he'll teach him to use all the talents that the good Lord has given him. But he's nothing like Adam Kanowski at all. He's not a one-dimensional fighter at all.
Really, what's so special about Dillian White, man?
Special?
World Combat.
What's so special about him?
I hate we even going into this, but I just
Outside
want
of
to know.
his, outside of his heart.
What's exceptional about Dillian White? I just got to know now.
Okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Outside of his heart,
You went out, man.
He'll fight anyone. Outside of his heart, there's really nothing special. He just has a belief in him that he can win. Even if he loses, he's gonna take the rematch and win. You understand me? That's his belief. He's basically a fighter's fighter. I like to call him, the Coogee rap of boxing. He's your
Stop it.
He's
Stop
like
it,
your
Troy.
favorite fighter's boxer.
I'm about to put you in the background talking that bullshit. Stop that, man.
Nah,
Come on.
He is the Coogee rap of boxing.
You bring him to Baltimore.
Fighter.
You bring him to Baltimore in that gym, he probably get knocked out in sparring. Come on, man.
Okay. I doubt that. He has a lot of talent. I haven't seen anybody else knocking anybody else, knocking out top guys.
Didn't he have problems with Sosor? Didn't he have problems with Parker?
What was the final outcome, though, brother? You keep saying problems.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You speak of performances of fighters, right? And I know you're very critical of Wilder, but you have to be critical of how Dillian White.
Critical of him. He gets knocked down and puts himself in trouble, and he shouldn't come in the ring any heavier than 235. He don't need to be coming in at 250, 254, 244. 235 would be a great weight for him at his size. 235.
That means he doesn't have discipline, man.
Not 244. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying that he don't have discipline, man.
Well, you, Mr. Strong. I'm telling you.
Huh?
Nah, I was talking about
you,
the time Mr. Strong dropped, man. That's all.
Okay.
Hold on for a second. Mitch, hold on for a second. I gotta get some of these comments. Mitch said that Mitch said the moment Danny Garcia signs a contract, he's the second biggest name in the division. He might get his ass whooped, but his name is solid in these boxing streets. Yeah, they saw it in the boxing streets. People respect him. But Danny Garcia, man, I'm tired of the boxing streets not resonating over into the damn up under the bright lights when it's time for him to, compete. The boxing streets, and then looking real different when you compete. It's a disconnect there. I got mad respect for DSG, but like I said before, he moved up. He tiptoed up to the 47-pound division. He fought Lamont Peterson and beat him. Then he fought Robert Ghost Guerrero for the vacant WBC, and he's tiptoed himself, and he ended up losing his title to Keith Thurman, and then he had the opportunity to pick up another title against Sean Porter, blew that. I mean, man, we tired of he gonna come in here and look the best he ever looked and all that. No, man, you look bad against Errol Spence.
Well, I like to say this there, World Quarterback. How do you go from people calling him a cherry pick to now he's this top guy if he moves up to 140? If he moves up to 154, he's going to get stopped. Plain and simple. If he doesn't get away from his father, because I think his father, he can't grow as a fighter and a person in that ring with his father in the ring. because I
But
think
you
he
know,
blocks out his father after a while with all that cussing and carrying on. You understand me?
no, man, that's love. That's love. That
That ain't. Let me explain something
that's
to you.
that deep
Okay.
unconditional Latino love, man. He don't care about none of that.
I don't
He don't
see.
care about
Okay,
none of that.
well, you okay? You were right about the don't care part, because if he felt it was love, then he would be inspired by it, and he'll go carry out what he needs to carry out. He has the skills to be a much better fighter, but I think he turns off when all that cussing and carrying on start happening, because he just don't want to hear it no more.
Correct.
You understand me?
Yeah. But he ain't, yeah, he's not gonna dog his pops out though. I mean,
No, I'm not
he
saying
knows his
he could be
pop
an advisor. He could be an
is a
advisor,
reckless.
and he could get a real trainer in there that'll touch his spirit and make him grow and teach him the things maybe his father doesn't know, because his father is a father. He's not a world class trainer. He's his father, but there's other guys out there that have world class training skills. Boom. Uh, you know who I think will work well with him, man? Two guys come to mind: is John David Jackson and the other brother. He's from Crunk too, and I keep Jonathan Banks, because both of them have a strong demeanor, but they talk in a way that you could see that they care about you, but they're firm. And I think that's what that young man needs. That the fu and do this and slapping him in the face and carrying on is actually not it's not working out, is it? It
So
ain't working out.
Jonathan Banks, he just started training. What was his new fighter he picked up that everybody was ranting and raving about? Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks been training for years, man.
No, I said, what was that new fighter he picked up that time? Everybody was ranting and raving.
I have no idea, brother. I have no idea. I don't know.
Then he just pick up. He started training the fighter, and they was talking about, oh, so and so has Jonathan Banks now. He's training him, and he's gonna do big things for this fight. I'll let somebody in the chat, mention. I really
Yeah.
don't want to go on a detailed deployment about it. 21 strong, what's good? Say WCS, when you talk about Mac Truck is the kid out of Baltimore. No, Mac Truck is a kid out of ATL. He's a heavyweight. He's up and coming. He's just building up his resume right now. So him and Jared Anderson is somewhat on the same track. You know what I'm saying? Rosario tried to get up and start screaming like he was passing a 5 centimeter kidney stone. Yo, man. Where do you, man? Man. L
I
Dub in the
think
building. What's good?
I think he was talking about. There's a boxer named Truck that's out of Baltimore. I want to say he fights I'm trying to think if he fights at 160 or something like that, but I know who Truck is, right? Because Truck is out of out of Umar, but then he moved to Upton, where Tank trains, right? So he might be talking about Truck and not Mac Truck.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
different
No,
guy
I'm talking about Mac
altogether.
Truck. He's a bona
Okay.
fide heavyweight. Nothing
Okay.
short of it.
Okay. And now there's a heavyweight that's out of Baltimore, that's out of Umar, who signed with Carver. His name is Cortez Dunston. I think he has maybe BoxRec has him at 4-1, but I think he's 2-0. So I don't really know. According to his former trainer, he's only two. He has 2 fights and no defeats. But if you look on BoxRec, he has 5 fights and 1 defeat. So I'm gonna go by what brother tells me, because I've known him 20 years, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, but he's an up and comer, man, and his name is Philly Ali. That's the name that we call him, because he's out of Philly, and yes, he does have those Ali-like skills when he's focused. Yeah, but right now he has to lose some weight. He's walking around at 264 or 5 right now. He got lose, and he's 6'5". So he got to lose that
That's
weight.
pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy with that height too. So
Yeah, he's fast. He's fast. Like, he's fast, boy. He is fast, and when he's focused, he's something special. And I've been around him long enough to see that. But I hope the best for him, man.
21 strong. I want to know, do you want to like retract that statement about Coogee Rap and associating him with somebody who's nowhere close to that status right now? So you still have time to apologize for that comment.
No, I'm not ever going to retract it.
I don't even know where that came. He's a Coogee rap.
Of
What?
boxing, you're right. He's your favorite fighter's fighter, right?
No, man. Hell no. Not even close, bro. Not even
Coogee
close.
rap, Inspector Deck. You know that's everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite rapper's rapper. I don't know nobody that don't like Inspector Deck or a Coogee rap.
Come on.
The name you associated with, man, is just asinine, bro.
hmm
That's just asinine.
I'm going on the fact that he'll fight anybody. You understand me?
But look, I look at it like this: like it's plenty of fighters that'll fight anybody, right? But
That's not
are
true.
you going in there just to let it all hang out and get stopped and dropped? And you know, or you going in there to try to win?
That is one of the. That's a silly comment. What are
Because
you asking that
you know what I'm
person
saying? Like
for?
2 losses on the record.
Yeah, too. He got knocked out by a guy that'll eventually be the top #1 heavyweight, which is
Yeah,
Joshua.
I heard the replay. I heard the broken record. I know.
And
I heard.
he got knocked out by a former world champion, which is
Hey
Povetkin.
Troy, stop hyping the
Yes, sir.
mediocre fighters over
Yes,
on the
sir.
channel.
If he's
See,
so mediocre, why has he
you're
only been
saying he
beat
got
by two of
knocked
the
out.
best?
You talking about he was knocked out by this fighter who was that, and then the next fight, Alexander Povetkin is 41. What 41?
What does that mean?
42.
He's
He's
41.
old. You
Right,
know, he's
right. And tell me
old.
who's beating him. Who's
Hey
beating him?
man,
Joshua just beat him in September on Wembley. You know, Joshua
Josh?
beat Alexander Povetkin.
Yeah, and Joshua's the top heavyweight in this era. Right. Okay. Who
But
else is
still,
beating him?
allegedly,
you're looking at Alexander Povetkin like that.
Who else
allegedly,
is beating him? No, but who else has beat him there, World Star? I mean,
allegedly.
World Combat. I'm sorry. Who else has beat him?
No, I'm talking about Dillian White in perspective of trying to
Okay.
establish his position in the heavyweight rankings.
But his two
It's just
losses, right?
that was his opportunity. He had the opportunity, and
Okay.
he knocked the guy down. He knocked Povetkin down, the older
Twice.
fighter, twice, and couldn't even
Right.
capitalize to finish the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
a
now he
lack
has
of
a second.
focus.
And now
That's
he
a
has a
lack of
second
focus.
opportunity. I mean, you know what? There's a lot of fighters that put people out, and then they have 2 minutes to finish them, and they don't finish them, and then they have to settle with draws, and then these mystery excuses. But we're not talking about that. We
I
talking
mean,
about White, right?
I know, and we ain't doing subliminals over here, bro. You know,
I just did that. I just
call
did
names.
subliminal.
Just
I
call
just did
names.
that. No, no, no. Because sometimes you have to bury stuff and just keep shoveling dirt on it
Yeah,
to make
because you
sure
know
it
you
stays
over here
there,
at WCS. You don't want to
right?
bring up Wilder's name. I understand. I get it.
Huh?
I
I
get it.
don't. I don't
But I'm
think
gonna
I
tell
know
you
that
like this.
person
I'm
that
gonna
you're
tell you like
speaking of,
this,
sir.
Troy.
I
I'm
don't think I know
hoping.
that person you're speaking of, sir.
I'm hoping that Dillian White wins this fight with Alexander Povetkin, and it sets him up for a fight that could
Right.
potentially send him to retirement. Basically,
You know what?
I
I can
really
tell you
hope he
this.
wins this fight so he can
Even
get
if
the next fight to send him to
even
retirement.
if he
Get
even
past
if he wins, sir, even if he wins, the fighter that he'll fight next will not be from out of Alabama. Because see,
I didn't
White
say that. I just want him to be in line to face
hmm
him. I want him to be in
okay,
line because he will have the WBC interim, right?
okay, okay,
Right?
listen, I don't think that White's gonna fight anybody that's in the retirement home. Okay?
No, not even. I mean, unless he fighting his
Yeah.
uncle.
That's what I'm saying. You can't put him in there and say he's in line to fight a fighter that's retired. Can you?
Okay, say so, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey
Let's
Troy,
let's put
Yes,
100.
sir.
Let's put 100.
Yes, sir.
If he don't come back, you know, he don't have a fight in, let's say, let me see, it's March. You know,
Mm,
if he don't come back in 2021, man, you know, this date forward, each month doubles another 100, another 100, another 100. You say he retired, we're gonna
yeah,
take
I've
it
always
for
said that.
2021. We're gonna take it for 2021, and if he's out, we'll start April. Every month,
That's
every
hmm
month that he's out, that that $100 will double, triple, quadruple. But if he fights this year, you owe me what the tab is.
How about this? No, no. How about this, World Combat? I got
No,
a bet on him.
we
No,
need some type of stipend on this because you
no,
say he
no, no, no,
retired.
no. I'm not agreeing with you. What I'm saying is, I got a better offer for you. If he doesn't come back by the end of the year to fight, you could be my indentured servant for a whole year.
A denture servant. You don't even know
There
what a
you go.
denture servant is supposed to do.
Yes, I do know what an indenture servant is.
You just know it sounds good. You don't even know what an indenture servant is supposed to
I
be.
know exactly what an indenture servant is, man.
What it's supposed to be? What they
You
supposed to
gonna
do?
come clean my house and my shoes and everything else, bro.
Good luck with that.
I don't want no
Good luck
starch
with
on my
that.
boxes, okay?
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want nobody money, man. I got my own plans. I don't want nobody money because
I
personally,
walk
I
up
don't.
in there. Hey, I
Yeah.
walk up in that house. All I'm doing is going to the table and sit down, and get served some wine, and then some of that damn Jamaican cooking that you say
I,
that island cooking that you talk about. That's all
I
I'm
told
coming
you
over
I'm a
there.
drink. Okay, well I'll cook, but you know what? You ain't gonna eat what me and my son's eating. You know, you're gonna have to order out. Okay.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
What were you saying, Dion? Because he kept cutting you off. What you want to say, man? Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, go
Hey,
ahead,
man, you
man.
gotta stop bringing the mediocre fighters over here, man. We don't talk about the guys like that, man. They might get day of coverage. They don't get no 2 or 3 weeks out, man.
Dylan White career.
Them guys
Dylan
fight
White
they big
career
enough,
is
man.
almost over, dog. You know, I'll take that back. Dylan White looks like he's gonna be in boxing way past his freaking competitive edge, and he's gonna be getting knocked out more often. In 3 years from now, he's just gonna be taking fights. Seriously, I mean, I see him continue to fight and get stopped, fight,
Him and
stop.
the score might do 3 more.
Yeah,
All
they,
I know is that you're saying that all these heavyweights, they ain't no good and they mediocre. But name me a current American heavyweight champion. And now the silence comes in.
no,
Name me
it's
a
no Trevor
current
Bryant.
American heavyweight champion.
Trevor Bryant.
Who?
Trevor Ryan, exactly.
Trevor Bryant.
Exactly. Who?
No, you
What did
said
he
name
have?
an heavyweight champion.
Right,
You
He
didn't
has
know who
a
he
name
was.
what
super.
we named.
Oh,
He
he's a
has
he's
he
a
has one of them
legitimate
super
he's a
belts.
legitimate American
He
champion.
has
He's the
one of them.
only U.S.
He
Yeah,
champion.
he has
American
one of
champion.
them super belts. Yeah, right. He has one of them super belts that don't
Hey,
matter.
what does that mean though? What does that mean?
Nothing.
He has a
Exactly. It means
world. He has
nothing.
a world
Nothing.
title. He has a
No, he
world
has
title. It does
nothing.
mean something.
Because if he had a belt, how could Tyson Fury and Joshua be fighting for undisputed if he had a belt? That
Because
actually
those
matters.
belts in the WBA, you know how they're
What
positioned. You
make
know
you
how the
think they
super and the
fight
world
I
title is,
know how
just
they're
like
full
the
of. I know how
WBC.
they're full of garbage.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know how
Are we
boxing
full of
sit
that?
up here and continue to do what they do.
And so you're gonna tie all your faith for the heavyweight division onto what's this guy's name?
Just
What's
hit the
his name?
replay.
No, we
Just
got
hit the
more
replay.
than that.
Ain't nobody serving. Just hit the replay. Do your homework. Do your
Well,
homework.
yeah. You ain't
Yeah,
nobody
really,
serving
man.
because you don't want to take the bet. You don't want to take the bet. That's it.
Trevor Bryan, good dude,
Yeah,
man.
Trevor Bryant, and his biggest win is
Mason
Romain
Stern.
Stavern.
Yeah.
Right. And the last time we saw him,
You talking about the
yeah,
last
thank you
time?
very much. Thank you very much. The last
The
time we
last
saw
time he
Romain
was down here in ATL.
y'all
He
was
was at the
shoveling
mansion
dirt on his
doing
grave
a
the last time you saw him.
festival down here.
Y'all was shoveling dirt on that man's grave. Now you're praising him like he brand new.
Oh,
Amazing.
we wasn't shoveling dirt on his. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, he's fat, he's old, he ain't blah blah
Dude is
blah.
not
That's all I
fat.
heard from you people.
Dude
That's
is
all
not
I
fat.
heard
I
from you
don't know.
people,
What
man.
you mean. I mean, I seen him in person. I did the interview with him.
Okay.
He ain't fat. He's a
Well,
heavyweight. He's
I
a
could
heavyweight
say this.
fighter.
You are fairly fair with a hint of bias. And that's the best I could come up with. You have
It's
some
certain people. It's
you have
certain
some
people that can
fairness
say I'm
in you.
biased, but you in this
I just did.
world in the population that we are in right now, you are the numero uno that cannot use that B word, bias. You are
How do
extremely
you figure
biased.
that? No, I am not.
Extremely biased. You
No,
despise
I'm not.
American fighters. You despise American.
Really? I do. Name all the
Man, you
American
despise
fighters that I
American fighters,
despise.
man. All
Go
you
ahead. Name all the American fighters I despise. Go
trail
ahead.
over there in the UK, bro. For real.
See, there you go with your bias again. You can't. If you're gonna speak something, you should at least have the facts to back up what you're saying.
That's what I said about you when you speaking all these subliminals, bro. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it wasn't subliminals. I simply saying you can't fight a fighter who's retired.
Okay, we'll leave it at that then. If
Yeah,
that's what you're saying, we'll leave it at that.
but then
Yeah,
again, now
brother, what's good with you?
What to do,
Go
D
ahead.
Hodges?
Mitch said, "Man, Pavek and Coogee rap damn near the same age." But Skate
Coogee rap is older than him, man. Come on, you don't know. You don't
is,
know. You don't know hip hop. Coogee rap is in the same age group as Rakim.
I never thought Daniel White would get this much press on the channel tonight.
oh, I'm done.
Genuine, you say? You said genuine?
I want to talk about if Charlo's going to accept this fight with David Benavidez. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I heard that. So if he accepts it, he has to move up to 168, right?
He definitely got to move up to 168, man. There's no ifs, ands. I mean, Benavidez is not going to accommodate Charlo by moving down. He's a fat kid, so of course he's going to hold that weight. You know, he has to be seriously disciplined to make that scale. So,
who?
David Benavidez.
Yeah, right. Okay. How do you see that fight going?
I can't give you a winner. I just know it's going to be a tough fight for both fighters.
How tall is Benavidez, man?
I mean, what that matter?
I'm just asking a general question. How tall is he?
He ain't that tall.
He like 6'3", but what that matter though?
I seen him in person. He ain't taller than me. I mean, we're about the same height.
How tall are you?
6'3".
Okay. Was he a few inches shorter or what? Or
No, about the same height, man.
And Charlo's what? 5'10"?
Man,
About 6 feet.
Charlo's about 6.
What that matter?
I'm just trying to see how the fight would go. You know, who has to work their way in, who could use their jab to keep someone outside. That's all I'm playing. I'm seeing how I'm working it out in my head.
I mean, Charlo jab gonna be there regardless. That's his best weapon. So, what you thought?
Yeah, Charlo brothers got that jab. You got to understand that.
But if you fighting somebody 6'3" who's a good boxer, he can use his jab and keep you outside if you're shorter than him.
But Benavidez doesn't have an active jab, though, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen the cat fight, but I'll go watch him fight. You know, I'll go watch some of his fights. I've never seen him fight. I've never seen him fight, but once I find out that they're gonna fight, then I'll go watch him fight, and I'll go rewatch some of the Charlo fights, and I can come up with an actual idea of how the fight might go. That's how I do everything. But yeah, I was asking just to see how I could break down the fight.
It take more than just watching highlight reels, man. You got to really watch boxing there, Troy. You can't just watch your favorite fighters and come on here and talk about them.
It takes that for who's my favorite fighter?
I'm just saying your favorite fighter.
Come on, man.
No. It takes that for you. It takes me. Once I see enough of a fighter, then I can break stuff down, man. I've been around boxing since I was 15, man. I've been around boxing since I was 15. I know what I'm looking at.
Okay.
But that's why I have trainers around me that are way better than me, and we sit down and talk about stuff and go.
Way better than you. Where you ranked? What are you talking about?
Who you training?
I'm training myself. What I'm saying, you all, it doesn't matter if I tell you I'm training XYZ. It doesn't matter because you're not going to know any names. What I'm saying is that the largest room in the world, is room for improvement. That's why you keep learning every day. I didn't say I was the best of anything. I just said that I have trainers around me that are better trainers than me.
I will find out, Troy. If you train somebody,
go ahead and find out anything you want. Go ahead and find out anything you want because my page is blank right now. My page is blank right now.
Hey, Troy, man, don't come over here philosophizing to us, man. We highly educated men ourselves, man.
What am I philosophizing about, sir? What am I philosophizing about now? I don't recall philosophy. I simply spoke my truth on how I do things. Is that? I don't know, man. What are you speaking about?
I got you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who you
Yeah,
training though? I'm just curious. Who you training?
yeah,
Right
that's
now, I'm
what
only
I'm
training
talking
my son, man. I got a
Oh, okay.
19-year-old.
I
I've
got
been,
you.
he's been training him. He's 6'6" and 200 pounds right now, so he's still growing. His name is Malcolm X, and that's the only person I'm really working with right now. It's-
Okay. All right.
yeah,
At least you was honest about that. Okay.
yeah. I have no reason to lie to you about anything because
Oh
the
yeah,
truth
you
will
do.
always.
Oh yeah, you do.
No,
You
I
got
do
reason
not.
to lie, goddamn it.
No,
For
I
real.
don't. Why
Cause
would I lie?
you all about UK boxing.
I'm
Really?
telling you.
I'm all about boxing.
You
Period.
all about UK boxing,
Exactly.
dog.
No, I'm about boxing. Period. And that's you being biased again, man. There you
Nah.
go. Yeah.
Not no evidence suggested, bro. You all about UK
Evidence.
boxing, man.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm a fan of white. All about UK boxing.
White Joshua, man, you talk highly
Yes,
of them.
I'm a fan of Joshua as well.
Hear
That's
it?
two fighters. Oh no, I'm
Hear
not a
it?
Fury fan. No,
Man,
not
come
at all.
on, man. You
No,
like
no, I
Fury.
don't like his style. I don't like his style. I don't like Fury's style at all. No.
But you sure enough advocate for him though.
That's a
This
blasted
really,
lie, and you know it.
this really
That is a
what Troy
lie
wants
through and
right here.
through. That's a lie through and through, and you know it.
Troy wants this frame right here. The only
hmm
time you would have seen me with Dillian White and caught him in a restaurant with his people. But that's what Troy really wants. He wants a picture. So I'll reach out to his
Yeah,
brother Dean.
see.
I'll reach out to his brother Dean and tell him
hmm
they have their number one fan over here that wants a picture. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? With Dillian White.
Yeah, man.
If you're in
Tell
the
me something, man.
business, like you say, you can't be biased, baby. You have to be open minded, and you have to be objective. There's no room for bias when you're in the business, like you say you're in the business, right?
Please, man,
Hey,
you
hey,
are
Troy.
one of them.
Hey, Troy.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking
Hey,
about
Nah,
you.
hey, Troy. Hey, you can't
Yes,
tell
sir.
that man what
Yes,
you
sir.
can't tell that man what he can't be on his own channel, bro. You can't do that.
He
oh,
can't tell me what I can't be.
with
Right?
We can't let you do that, man. It's got to be
No, no,
some
no,
level of
no,
respect, man. You
no, no, no,
can't
no,
tell
no,
the
man.
man
The
what he
same.
can't be on his own channel now.
Okay, the same rules apply to me. You can't tell me what I am and what I'm not. We all men here. There's nobody that's any better than anybody over here.
I feel
No,
I'm not. I'm just saying though. This is channel. This is platform. He allowed us to
I
come
got
up.
that. I got that, and I'm sitting in my house listening to his channel, so he can't tell me what I could be sitting in my own damn house, right?
what? Now I ain't tell you what you
Thank
can
you
be. I
very much.
told you what
And
what
I'm
I
not telling you
perceive
what you
you to
can and
be.
cannot be either. I don't know what
Yeah, I
brother
mean
talking
that's just
about.
an opinion that you extremely biased towards American fighters.
Yeah, see, there you go again. Which
That's
is
just my
a lie.
opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but it's a lie through and through, though.
That's
I
off
mean, if
the
you were able to
that's off
prove it,
other channels
if you
and
could prove it,
free smoke.
if you have any solid proof, then I would have to acquiesce to you. But you
It's,
have
it's
no proof because it's not true.
hey, it's not even worth it because all this is stemming
Right.
around Dillian White, dog.
Right.
Exactly.
Of course it's not worth
You
it because
on
you
World
can't prove it,
Combat
baby.
Sports, a U.S. media channel, black media, and you up here advocating for
Black media?
Dillian White.
It's just media, baby.
It's
It's
black
media.
media. I'm a black man. It's black media.
I got
It's
you.
black media
Really?
covering boxing
Okay. Since
from
it's
the
black
South.
media, how could you say that you don't appreciate black fighter from over here and over here then?
I don't appreciate. I don't support them. It ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah, but you
appreciate.
say it's black media.
Yeah, I
Black
say
is
I
black is
am.
black is black.
I am. I'm black
Right.
media because I'm a black man. Black
Right.
talk about
Right.
boxing.
But if this fighter over here, if fighter A is black and fighter B
Nah,
is black,
it doesn't
why are you
have
supporting
anything
fighter
to
A
do
and
with
B?
liking every black fighter because they're black. You're missing the point. Or casting a cloud over it, as if you're trying to make it just strictly me being black media. I suppose to have an
So you
extreme
said you're a
bias.
black media.
You
I never gave you that title.
just basically, trying to put some bait out there to make it a black thing, but it's not. I just
Not doing
basically
any of
say
that.
I'm a black
You
man
did that yourself.
covering the sport. You know what I'm saying? I've said it before plenty of times. I am black media. I'm a black man covering the sport.
I
It's
gotta,
black
you know
media.
what? I gotta do my own thing. Cause see, me personally, I
You
get it.
can't
Not
be your
doing.
own thing because you're gonna talk about 3 fighters. You're gonna
No,
talk
no,
about
no, no,
Tyson
no.
Fury, Anthony
And then
Joshua.
you go again with your bias. You have no
That's
idea
it.
what I'm going to talk about because you're not inside my head.
You know what?
You have no
Create your
idea.
own channel. Go ahead
You
and
have
create
no.
your channel. You
Yeah, I
think it's
did.
that easy? Go
Yeah,
ahead and create it.
I will. And yes, it is that easy. But the reason why I haven't created it yet, because you know why I haven't created it yet? Because
There
I
ain't
won't
nobody
be
trying to hear
consistent.
Dillian White. Name
No,
all.
no, no, no,
Trying
no,
to hit
no,
those
no, 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 no.
That's why you ain't creating.
No, no,
Don't
no,
want to
no.
talk
It's
about
because I work from 8 to 8 Monday
exactly
through
why he
Friday.
ain't created it.
I work 8 to 8, so it'd be kind of hard for me to be consistent. I'd have to do it mainly on the weekend. If I just do it on the weekend, then that's fine, I guess. Yeah, man, I work 8 to 8 Monday through Friday.
So
I
eight
don't.
to eight.
Yeah.
Hey, if you figure it out, you can do it twice a week, whatever. You don't have to do it every day.
Like
That's
I
just
said, I could do it on the weekends, and trust me, I would be just a media thing because I have my other I have plans and I wrote everything down. I actually have an actual business plan, and
this
I'm
what I suggest to you, Troy.
yes, sir.
If you're talking about dealing white, just do it once a year. That's about it. That's all
Hmm.
the coverage he needs.
Hmm.
Just once a year.
I can't take advice from a dude who just says that he's black media. You got to be all media because you're cutting yourself short.
I never cut myself short as identifying that I'm a black man covering the sport of
I
boxing.
didn't say that.
Once again,
No, no, no,
I
no.
mean,
Now you
once
try to
again,
bring it back.
I
No,
said I'm
you
black
said black
media.
media,
I'm a black man from
black
the South
media,
covering
man.
media. This shouldn't be
I'm,
first grade, elementary level type stuff. Now, come
it
on.
ain't first grade elementary. I know
I'm
what you're
trying to
saying.
believe,
I'm
Troy, you
just
have
on a
an
different
identity
path.
crisis going
I'm
on. You
just on
don't
a
want to
different path,
identify that
man.
you're black also. And once your
I don't
media
want to
channel
identify
starts,
that I'm
you're gonna
black.
be black media too.
I don't
You're gonna
need to
be black
identify that
media
I'm
too.
black. All you gotta do is look at me. All you gotta
Oh,
do is look at me. You don't.
but
You ain't
you
got to identify
criticizing
that I'm black.
somebody
You
for
just got to
saying
look
it
at me,
though. You act
right?
like I need to be optimistic about letting people know what that is. No, it ain't no optimism.
I don't. I'm
No
not asking you
hesitation.
if you have to be awesome. No, you do you, and I'll be me. We just take different
Oh, we
paths,
know
man.
that. We know that
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Cause yeah. You
Every
know, we don't have to. Yeah, we don't just cause we're all so-called black don't mean we all have to think alike and follow the same path. You know, I've never believed that. I've
I
never
don't know
believed that ever.
I'm not sure what wall you driving this into, but
Right.
I'm in when I know
Hmm.
for years now, when I say black
Hmm.
media, I'm a black man covering the sport. I'm black media.
Okay. Well,
And ain't no
I'll be a
question with
blacker
that.
man.
Ain't no question with that.
I'll be a blacker man covering the sport, but it won't just be black media.
I mean, obviously, you haven't watched enough of my content to understand that that doesn't bleed over to who I cover because I cover everyone.
Hmm.
Black media is me myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whatever else to tell you. I mean, I don't have a
I
dragamon here
know.
to break this shit
I know.
down.
You didn't hear my son's name?
Yeah, but if your son's
Okay.
name, and that's not something we getting into, Troy, because that's your personal
you
shit.
know.
That's respect and all that.
Hmm.
You name the Malcolm X, that's respect, bro. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm talking about me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
right now, I hope, just because you kept on mentioning Dylan White, now I hope he get knocked out this weekend.
I'm glad. I'm so glad you said that.
Get
I
knocked.
am. I'm glad you said that
Now
because
I
I'm
hope he
coming
get
right back
knocked out
over.
again. I hope he take
I'm
his
glad
third
you.
loss
I'm glad you
and he
said
get
that because
KO'd again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because I'm coming right back over here when he wins, or if he loses, I'm coming right back over here. But when he wins, I'm coming right
Okay,
back
Troy.
over here.
This is what we got for you, Troy. This is what we got for you, Troy.
Yes,
We gonna
sir.
make you. We gonna
Yes,
make
sir.
you. No, no, no. Just hear
You
me out.
you
Just
gonna
hear me
fill
out.
me up
Yeah,
some
I've been letting
crew?
you talk. I promise I've been letting you talk. All right. How do you think Dillian White is gonna win this fight? You perfectly articulate this to us, and we'll sit back. We'll give you the floor. We're gonna
That way.
see where your boxing head at. We 5 minutes on the clock. We got you 5 minutes on the clock. There you go, right there.
I'm gonna need that.
Articulate how your boy White gonna win this fight because
Cool.
I think he get knocked out with the same shot. So
Okay.
you on the clock with 5 minutes.
Cool. I think I'm gonna take a step backwards just to come forward. But in the last fight, he was too stiff and he wasn't himself. And then he gave this cat entirely too much respect. In this fight, he's going to be a whole lot more looser and a whole lot more focused on what he has to do, and he's going to see what he needs to do, and he's going to set it up, and he's going to stop him with a left hook. I don't know what round, but he is going to stop him with a left hook, and he's going to focus a whole lot more on his body because that's what he wasn't doing in that fight. He wasn't doing it. He's going to focus more on his jab and his body, and somewhere around the later round, say 7, 8, 9, that's when he stops Preveking. And I'm giving Povetkin, all the respect in the world because he's a tough, well-schooled fighter. Now, hope that answers your question.
You really think Dillian White gonna be able to do that? Because you talking like you
I just said it.
You talking like you Mick from Rocky, like you in the gym and all this, but I don't see it, bro. Dillian White, his gas tank gonna end out around the fourth round, like it does every other fight. Your boy got gas tank issues, man.
You know what kills me? If his gas tank is so terrible, how is he able to knock guys out in the 12th?
Who he knocked out?
He knocked out Chisora cold in the 12th. He knocked out Brown cold in the 12th. He knocked down Rivas in the later rounds and all that. If his gas tank runs out so early, how does he still carry his power? So late.
And how he finished the fight, hugging everybody on the rope. He hugged Rivas.
You can't fit it
for the whole 12th round on the ropes. The referee didn't even let him get him out. Almost hit him off the top rope. So what we talking about, man?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how White be holding folks in the 12th round. If you go back and see the last fight, he faded in the 4th round. He got knocked out in the 5th, bro. What are we talking about? Your boy got gas tank issues, man.
Really?
I don't
see it that way. If he still carries that much power, power in like the later rounds to knock out fighters who've never been knocked out before, then I don't see how he fades in the 4th round of every single fight. And he don't put them down. He knocks them out cold.
Come on, man. Who he knocked out cold?
I just named 2.
I mean, Chisora. I mean, so
he's never been knocked out.
What's Chisora's best win? Name me. Since you
never been knocked out
so well, and you just
called us out, he's never been knocked out.
What's Chisora's best win? Because to my understanding, I think that Dillian White best win. Chisora. Yeah.
So one of them, Parker is his best win because Parker's the better fighter and he was a champion and only once defeated.
He wasn't a champion when he fought freaking Dillian White. He had just lost his title to Joshua.
He's like I said, Parker is the better fighter because he has 1 defeat and he was a champion or a former champion. So he is the biggest fight that White had so far up to this point against this boy here. So yes, Parker is the bigger fight over Chisora.
I mean, I was sticking to what you said. You said that he knocked out Chisora and all this.
Cool. So I knocked him out cold.
Yeah, okay. So who was Chisora's best win?
He had quite a few after his losses. The Tamkin fight and the other boy, Price, and a few other fights down the road. So he has some decent wins. He has some decent wins along the way. But you got to ask yourself, pause for a second.
Did you just say David Price?
Yes, pause for a second. But you got to ask yourself, look at this. He fought Klitschko. He fought David Hay. Those are 2 monstrous punches, and they did not knock him out.
Heading into that fight with Chisora.
Right.
David Price had 6 losses heading in that fight with Chisora.
That's all cool. He asked me a question, I answered. He could go up and laugh all he wants. But he did fight 2 guys that are monstrous punches, and they couldn't knock him out. You understand me? They could not knock him out.
Hey, I'm done, bro.
You said the big guy, the big guys with monster puncher. Who's the monster puncher?
Klitschko and David Hay.
Oh.
Yeah. And they couldn't knock him out. Now, a TKO is not knocking someone out cold. For those of you who who gonna put something in the chat.
I mean, TKO is the weakest way to get a knockout, right? A TKO. Is it?
TKO? No.
It's the weakest one, right? It's the weakest one.
TKO is a stoppage. White knocked him out cold. The fact is that Chisora has never been knocked out cold ever. That's my point. He might have been stopped by TKO, but he wasn't out. He wasn't asleep. And neither was Brown.
White. What?
Brown has never been
KO'd this guy in the 11th round, man. Who gives a crap if he was knocked out cold or not? He KO'd his ass, man. Now we talking about boxing semantics.
Power in the 11th.
Now we talking about boxing semantics.
How does he gas in the 4th, but he keeps his power in the 11th?
Do you know 10 of his losses is 3 of them are knockouts? He's been knocked out 3 times, and 10 of his
Who?
losses. Derek
Who?
Chisora.
He's
Derek
been
Chisora.
TKO'd. He's never been put to sleep ever.
How do you figure his KO is from
I'm
Dillian White,
telling you,
man?
I'm
He's been
telling
put to sleep by
Dillian
Dillian
White
White.
earned a
He was
KO over him. He was
a
he was
knockout. A knocked him out. He
Tyson
didn't
Fury was
TKO him.
an RTD and a TKO
That's
from David Hay.
he was still awake. Yes, those were all TKOs. Like I said, they did not put him to sleep. White put him to
Oh, they
sleep.
was all TKOs.
Yes. No one has ever put that boy to sleep. Nobody. He's gassed out and he's been TKO'd or he's just been beat up because the fight has just been better than him.
This is why
A
you
la
have to drop
Klitschko,
receipts.
a la David Hay.
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
What is this
No,
right
no, no.
here?
You can no,
What
no,
is
no, no.
that
You
right
can
there?
drop
What is
David.
this right here? That says
You can.
KO. That
Yes.
says KO by
Who did
who?
he fight?
Dillian
Who did he
White.
fight? Who did he
Dillian
fight?
White. KO.
Yeah, I
Dillian
just
White.
said
The
that Dillian
L.
White KO'd him.
KO.
I just said Dillian White knocked him out.
You said Dillian. I mean, who were you saying they haven't been put to sleep?
He was talking about.
Chisora.
He talking
Chisora.
about other than Dillian
Yeah,
White.
I'm on
Dillian White put him
Chisora's
to
box
sleep,
rec right now. Chisora,
right?
look, this Chisora was knocked out round 11 via KO. That means he's knocked out. We ain't talking about what his
That
alias
was
was
by
touching or
Dillian
not.
White.
What?
That was by Dillian White.
Who cares?
This whole
Who cares?
conversation is surrounding Dillian White, so obviously that's
And this is
why.
the last time you're gonna sit up here and have us talking about Chisora and Dillian White.
I didn't bring it up.
WTF, man.
I avoided it, but old boy kept
Man, we
bringing
ain't
it up.
talking
So,
about
I just
man.
accommodated.
You almost made me call Dillian White a bum, man. I almost call him.
Well,
a
yeah,
bum.
he's a bum, all right.
Hey, I'll be
He's
honest
a
with you. I
bum that was
done when you
avoided for
said
3
that.
years
Right.
I
by
don't even call
a
boxers
former
that,
world
but
champion.
I was about to break code and goddamn say, man, you
Mhm.
come in here talking about this bum.
He's a bum that was avoided for 3 years by certain world
Come
champions,
on,
right?
man.
That's
Yeah,
coming
And
off the
I'm
boom.
glad you're talking around that certain world champion because that's the respect we want you that. Want you to
Former,
be scared about talking,
former,
saying that
former,
name. That's what I'm talking
former.
about there,
I'm going
Troy.
to repeat it again. Former.
Hey, be apprehensive about saying that name because you know what the truth is.
Yeah, I do. I know the
Come
truth
on.
is that he's
I
retired.
know I'm looking on BoxRec
He's
and
retired.
Dillian White was KO'd. I mean, Dillian White KO'd Derek Chisora, period.
Wonderful. I don't know what you're talking about. 'Cause
So
that's what
now
I
you're
said.
trying to separate what a KO is, a RTD, and a TKO, and all this other crap.
No. I said he was put to sleep, and all the rest of them they were TKO. That's what I said clearly. I'm not
Man,
changing
come
anything.
on, be
I'm not
better than
moving
that,
off
Troy.
anything.
You know, matter of fact, don't start no channel. You ain't ready to start no channel yet. Don't do that.
You're
Don't do that.
absolutely wrong. See, because
I'm
see, I
gonna
can
drop
take it.
you. Look,
I
I'm gonna
can
drop
take
you
it,
my email on
and I
private
can
chat,
give
and
it.
I want you to send me. We're gonna do a
Mhm.
correspondence course, and you need to work
I'm gonna
your
do
way
something
up
totally different from what everybody else is
look.
doing. So
I
I'll be
want
just
you to
fine.
work yourself up from course
I'm gonna
number
be
1 through course
totally
number
different from what
10
everybody else
to
is
get
doing.
approved to start your boxing channel before
I
you
don't
do
need your
this.
approval for anything. I don't
Because
need
Troy,
anyone's
you can't
approval.
come up here breaking down what's a KO, TKO, what his eyes was
Yes, I
touching,
can because
and shit like that, man.
a TKO is a TKO and a complete knockout is a complete knockout.
Well, it's
You know what?
funny how you saying a
You know what
TKO
Wilder
is
did
the
to
weakest,
the
right?
you know what Wilder did to the Polish guy. I can't ever pronounce his name. That was a
But
friggin' knockout. That was a friggin' knockout. That wasn't a TKO, right? That was a
but when
knockout.
Wilder lost to Fury, it was a TKO, right?
Yes.
But y'all saying it was a KO. A lot of y'all was saying it was a KO, but it was a TKO.
Who's y'all?
All
Who's y'all? 'Cause
y'all,
you see what my name is,
Fury
right?
fans. All you Fury
Huh?
fans.
Hey, man.
I just told you I wasn't a Fury fan. I don't like his style. So I don't know who y'all is. You know, because my
Hold on
grandmother,
for a second.
you know, she didn't name me y'all.
Hey, go ahead and cook right quick, Dion, for a second.
Hey, Troy. Hey, look, man. All we trying to
Yes,
do.
sir.
Hey, if you like Dillian White, man, just keep it to yourself, man. We don't talk about bro over here, man.
Why would I do that?
He ain't worth the coverage. You know, I mean, you gotta acknowledge our champion while you over here, man. We ain't acknowledging no Dillian White like that no more, bro.
What
So
champion is that,
don't
sir?
get all that off, man. Don't get all that off. Huh?
No. I'm just saying your champion. And what champion is that? Errol Spence,
Man, what you mean?
Crawford.
We got a lot of champions over here, man.
Okay, so you know who you want me to acknowledge?
Man, you better vow for Wilder while you over here, man. Don't be bringing these
Nah,
guys over
man, I
here.
can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Well, look, man. When that fight made, if they I doubt it ever gets made because your boy gonna get to running, and then I don't think he gonna get past this left upper. But if it's there, make sure you there. And I got 2,500 on Wild, and I want to make sure. I want you.
I told y'all that I ain't betting no money with nobody.
Huh?
I told y'all that. I told y'all I ain't betting no money with nobody. I told y'all what I want, right?
That.
Because I
know D. White getting put to sleep if he get in there with Round and go
okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you know that, but I have to disagree with you. Okay. You know, we could agree to disagree.
I know that's your boy, man. You like him. I know you like him.
We could agree to disagree.
You know you like him.
Man, I appreciate quite a few boxers.
We know that's your guy.
I appreciate quite a few boxers. You know that?
We know that's your guy, man, but he ain't it.
You know who
man.
my favorite boxer is right now?
He ain't it.
No. But you know who my favorite boxer is right now?
Dillian White, clearly.
Clarissa Shields.
Come on, man. Don't start all that, man. Come on.
Clarissa Shields.
You taking us, hey, man, look, man, what Boo Robinson at when we need him, man?
That's my favorite fighter.
Right, Boo Robinson at, man.
Huh? Nah, she's my favorite fighter right now because she's making history, man. And she has the personality and she has the attitude that she's not going to be stopped. And she beat my homegirl from out of Baltimore. And she from Umar Boxing. Franchon Cruz, you know, heavy-handed diva. She's from out of the gym that I talk about, you know, Umar Boxing. And her first trainer is Marvin McDowell. Yeah. She beat Franchon. So, you know, I got to respect her for that because Franchon is no joke. I got a video of Franchon sparring 6'6" heavyweights, 6 foot cruiserweights. These are men. Franchon ain't no joke.
I feel you, bro, man. We'll drop you a channel and, you know, drop your content. You know, don't talk about it.
I'll definitely do that. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. But it'll have to be on the weekend based on the hours I work during the week, man. So I'll definitely do it, you know, because I want to be consistent. I don't want to come on and then 4 weeks later I'm on 3 weeks. No, I want to be consistent. I want to be consistent because my way of doing things will be what nobody else is doing. So I'm not going to say too much more about that, you know.
All right,
but I'm
man.
definitely going to do some things, man. I'm definitely going to do it.
Until then,
help me tighten up the page.
And until you start the Dig Your White fan channel, man, you know, stay on code when you come over here, man.
I don't know what the code is, man, because I only live by one code. So
we ain't gonna be talking about them mediocre guys over here, man. World Combat Sport, but we ain't talking about them mediocre guys, man. Them guys.
Yeah, well, you know, Crawford ain't mediocre, is he?
Nah, I'm talking about Dig Your White, man. We ain't talking about them guys. We ain't getting them guys that much time no more, man. You might as well get all that off tonight, man. We ain't gonna lie.
Crawford ain't mediocre. Who else is out there right now who's not mediocre?
No, you talking about
Joshua? You know, Joshua's not mediocre.
Very mediocre.
Shields is not mediocre. You know, she's definitely not mediocre, right?
That's our girl. There ain't no quality girls out there enough for real.
Okay, well, in time maybe she'll fight somebody that's on her level other than Franchon. But I tell you who else is good. But I wish the brother was, you know, retire. Donaire, man, he's one of my favorite fighters too. He's one of my favorites. I wish he would retire. I really appreciate him.
All right,
really do, man.
Did you watch any cards from this past weekend, man?
Yeah. The Ortiz Hooker fight, man. I saw parts of that.
Other than that, did you watch the other 2 cards?
What, the cruiserweight?
Yeah, no. Yeah, the cruiserweight. No? You ain't watch O'Coley?
That's the cruiserweight, right?
Yeah, you watch O'Coley?
I watched kind of the highlights, brother. I watched the highlights of it. I don't see anything special about him.
Fight like?
I don't know who the heck he fights like. Man. I don't know. I have no idea who he fights like. Yeah, he's not special though.
Huh?
He ain't special. And don't say he fight like White because they have he's not special. He's not special at all. But don't say fight like White because he does not fight like White at all. Not at all. They have 2 totally different styles. Yeah. He You could tell he's from Europe, though. I mean, you could tell he's from the UK with that style, but they don't have anything in common. I don't even know who's a cruiserweight at the moment. I don't know who's a cruiserweight.
So he don't look like a cruiserweight Wilder.
Nah, I don't see that. What you going on? How he's shaped or what? His style? What?
Both.
No, I ain't see that. I ain't see that.
You see
I
that?
ain't see that. No, I wasn't even considering Wilder when I was watching him fight. I was just telling myself he need to put his hands back to his temple. He wasn't bringing his hands back up. I kept saying that. Every time he threw punches, his hands kind of stayed low. He wasn't bringing them back to his temple. He fought a better class of fighter. He's going to get dropped. Yeah, you got to bring those hands back to your temple, man. You got to do that. But nah, you know what it is with Wilder, man? I tell people this all the time. That cat, I still got the newspaper clippings when he wasn't even a pro yet. I think he just came from the Olympics, and he was on. They said, fighters you should watch, like heavyweights that are up and coming, you should watch. And he had his daughter, and I said, great, man. I hope he does well because he could kick the door open for black and shine some positive light on black fatherhood if he gets to a certain point in the sport. That never happened. So then you keep moving on, and I saw what he could do if he put all his skills together: the jab, the right hand, the movement. I saw what he could do, but that ain't follow through on that. He just kind of, I'll just knock you out with the right hand, depending on who you fought. Then there was a brother,
What make you think he didn't shine a good light on black fatherhood? What make you?
I can't say he ever took. No. I can't say he ever took that platform and said, "Well, this is my platform, and I'm gonna run with it." I can't say he took the platform and made it his own. I can't say that because I haven't seen it.
But that's the first thing they always say when they do say something about Deontay Wilder and why he got into the sport of boxing.
Yeah. Well, he got into it, but that was when he first got into it. You don't hear that no more.
But still, how you figure like he didn't take the mantle of black fatherhood. He take care of all his kids. What you talking about, bro?
I didn't say. Look, I didn't listen. I didn't say he took. I never once said he didn't take care of his kids or he didn't do this because that's not my freaking place to say that. I said that he didn't take that platform and and to stand on it and to keep it out there in the public eye. He didn't take that platform and keep it in the public eye. I don't know what he does personally because it's none of my damn business. What he does in the ring, that's my damn business. I'm a fan of the sport. Outside of that, that's not my damn business, right? What I'm saying is that now he didn't take the platform and stand on it and all that. Like, okay, this boy here, Tyson Fury, like I said, I'm not a fan of his style, but he came out and he pushed, he was depressed and obesity. Let's say he took that platform. I never heard Wilder speak like that about black fatherhood. I never did. So if I missed something in all these years, then I apologize. But I never heard him speak like that. Right? So, and then there was a fighter by the name of Hardcore Mansour. He won every title that he should have to get his title shot at Wilder. So, they offered him $250,000 for the title shot. He took it. He said yes. Then he got a call back saying, okay, $150,000. He took it. And then all of a sudden, the contract disappeared. And guess who Wilder fought? Wilder fought the Polish guy that he knocked out cold on TV. He never gave Menzo his shot whatsoever.
Man, you going on one fighter to basically once again the first it was Klitschko. He didn't want to fight Klitschko.
I wasn't finished.
I'm telling you, man.
But that's not the first time I heard you mention Mansour, though. That's not the first time. Yeah. I heard you talk about that on another platform too.
Yeah, because and you could say that because it's the truth. Yeah,
and I like Mansour. I don't get with that.
I like Mansour too. He's a throwback fighter. He's tough. He'll fight for anything. He'll fight for 30,000. You understand me? He was going to fight Klitschko for 30,000.
It's a quick trip. A fight for dang 30,000.
I'm telling you.
Not for no championship.
Why is that such a freaking accolade to praise them for? Shout out to Jackal Fitness, AWD in the building. Salute. Sir Ken in the building. Salute
he earned his shot. but he was never given his shot. That was my point, not the money. He
Hey, let him
earned his
shout
shot.
that right quick, Troy.
He earned it.
21 strong. Did you say David Price really? Okay, that was an old comment. King
Yeah.
Miss saying shout out to the GWOAT. Sir Ken say 810 in the house, home of the GWOAT. Shout out to Sir Ken, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, but that's just one fighter, man. That whatever happened with negotiation process, we can say the same for Anthony Joshua and Luis Ortiz,
Sure.
and the list just goes on and on. Boxing will have moments like that where a negotiation process breaks down and it doesn't come to fruition. That's boxing. That doesn't mean that particular fighter should be held accountable to one fighter as if that fighter is just this super. Like, where's Mansour now? Is he the top 10? Where's he now?
Retired, man. The dude is retired.
Exactly. So why are we talking about
But
it?
that's not the first.
That's just
That's
like
not
when
the
people
first
bring up
person.
Klitschko. Klitschko is
That's not the
retired. He
first
didn't
person
fight
right has done that
anybody
to.
else after the
I
Joshua
mean,
fight.
Wilder.
He retired.
That's not.
Klitschko
That's not
retired.
the. That's not the first fighter that. That's the first fighter that he did it to, and there's another fighter that he did it to also. There's a pattern here.
There's no pattern. The pattern was when he was putting that right hand on the jawline of these fighters and he was turning out the lights.
Yeah.
That was a pattern. He was knocking
And
cats out. That
amazingly,
was
he had never
that was
fought.
a
He never
pattern.
fought any of the top. He never fought any of the top guys. He never knocked out Fury. Never knocked out Joshua. Never knocked out Parker. Never knocked out White. Never knocked out David Price. Never knocked out
Who
Klitschko.
never
Never
fought
knocked out.
any of the top guys?
I just Wilder. I just named
Wilder
like
never
6
fought
people
Fury.
that were top guys. I said knocked out. I say he never knocked out any of the top guys.
He did knock
Troy
out
has a
Fury,
lot
man.
of
Stop
knockouts.
playing, man. Stop. Troy, you come over
Who
here.
he knocked out? That
That's
was
what
the
I'm
top
saying,
guy.
man. You be spreading this. You be spreading this vocal
I wish I
bias,
could tell
man.
you that I was.
And
If
you
I'm
know
lying,
damn well he was
if I'm
knocked out.
lying, that just proves to me that I'm
Any other
lying,
fight in
man.
the 12th round,
If
he would
I'm
have got
lying,
counted
that
out.
proves to me I'm lying.
He would have got counted out. But since they was trying to get Fury to a bigger fight, they didn't want to give Wilder that win over Fury because they had plans for him. He was knocked out in the 12th round, man. He
And
was
he had
knocked
2
out.
minutes
Plain
to
and simple.
finish the fight. Why didn't he finish him? He had 2 whole minutes.
No, let's not switch the subject. I'm not going on
I'm
and on
staying
about
on
this no more.
point. He had 2 whole minutes to knock the man out when he
He
got
didn't
back
do
up
it.
in the ring. Why
He
didn't he
was
finish
knocked
him?
out before that
He
2
had
minutes.
2
He was
whole
knocked out
minutes.
though.
Okay,
He
so
was
you're
knocked out
equating
though.
what you're saying is that the seconds he had a few extra seconds, but Wilder had 2 whole
Like
minutes
I
to get
said,
the job
he
done.
knocked out
Why
Fury
didn't he
and
get
Jack
the job
Reese.
done?
Jack Reese provided an extended count, in my opinion,
Great.
and it
He
allowed
didn't give
him
him 2
time to
minutes, did he?
recover.
Did he give Fury 2 minutes? No, he did
That's
not.
all I'm
But Wilder
saying.
had 2 whole minutes.
That's
But
not
then,
even
yeah, and you're
something
making no sense, just like
he
everybody else
mentioned,
will
man.
bring that up. Wilder had
Hey,
2
Troy.
whole minutes. Why didn't he knock him out?
Look,
Hey,
I
Troy,
ask
man.
people this all the time, Troy, about the heavyweight division. What grade do you give the heavyweights in general in the last 10 years? And people give them a low grade as far as the competition. So you can't say Wilder did not fight top competition and then put
Yeah, I
fighters
can.
that's
I
at
just
the
named
bottom
6.
of the barrel at the top just because you want to say, oh, he didn't fight David Price. Come on, bro. Like
I
the
didn't say
top
Price. I said
heavyweights
Joshua.
for the
I
longest
said
time has
White.
been
I
Joshua,
said Parker.
Wilder, and Fury.
No. I said Klitschko. I said Joshua. I said White. I said Parker. Did I say Klitschko already? Right? Yeah. So that's 4. And I think I named Derek Chisora also. Those are 5 names he never fought. Never. So I don't know what you're talking about in the last 10
It's
years. Yada,
pointless.
yada,
It's
yada.
pointless to even debate on it because you want to talk about Joshua. Look, you would sit up here and be the same one that's talking about, Anthony Joshua fought Vladimir Klitschko, but he didn't fight anyone after that fight because he was retired already. But no one, you won't bring that up. You won't maintain your integrity and say he fought an old antiquated, Vladimir Klitschko. Anthony Joshua,
Antiquated is what you
put
want
him
to
out
say.
there like that.
Antiquated. That's what you want to say. Go ahead.
It's
It doesn't matter who Joshua fought.
antiquated.
He fought
Or
everybody that Wilder didn't
look,
fight.
or you can just put it as being old and retired. Period.
Mm-hmm. All I know is
If
that
you need that terminology elucidated, let me know. I can hire you a
all I
dragamon.
know is that one guy is the top of the heavyweight division, the other guy's retired.
No, bro,
And
I'm just trying to find out, like, why does he get a pass? 2017, he fought Vladimir Klitschko,
he got
who
a
was out of the
pass?
sport a year and a half, and then he comes back, and you all put that name up there talking about Joshua fought the top.
Okay.
He wasn't at the top. He was
so
retired already.
why are we talking about 4 years ago when currently
No,
one
we're
guy's
talking
on the
about
top of the world
how
and the other guy's
biased
retired?
individuals will sit up here and say Wilder hasn't fought anybody and the
Let
top
me make
names,
it
but
easy
yet
for you.
the first one they bring up with freaking Anthony Joshua was out of the sport a year and a half and haven't fought nobody since he fought Joshua.
Let me make it easy for you. You know, I'll just make it easy. When did Wilder fight Klitschko? You don't have never. When did Wilder fight Parker? Never.
But still,
When did
that's
Wilder fight White?
outside the point.
Never.
I'm
When
trying
did
to
Wilder
meet with
fight Joshua?
look, I'm
Never.
trying to be reasonable and not call you the biased individual that you are, Troy, because you are. When it comes to this subject right here,
everything I just stated was
you
fact.
fail to acknowledge that Anthony Joshua fought an old, antiquated freaking Vladimir Klitschko.
Fine. Why? How come Wilder didn't fight him if he was so old and antiquated? Oh, that's right. Because Shelly Finkel told him he's a baby champion and he wasn't ready.
I'm just saying how y'all always bring up Klitschko's name when it comes to Joshua. But then all the new, fresh, competitive guys that Wilder fought, y'all don't give him credit for, but y'all want to say
new, fresh, competitive guys did he fight, man? Why don't you shut me up? Tell me what new, fresh, competitive guys.
No, what I'm saying with you is that your only top competitors when it comes to the heavyweight division is to mention guys across the pond. That's the buyers that you're talking about when it comes to the heavyweight division.
Those are the top heavyweights.
You want to advocate Alexander Povetkin, Devin White. Man, come on.
Top American heavyweights, I wouldn't have to call them.
Man, please. You're trying to say all the top heavyweights are over there across the pond, and then you give Deontay Wilder, when he was undefeated, you say he's not a top heavyweight when he had 42 victories and 41 knockouts. You don't want to give him that credit. And he's the one that stepped in there with Tyson Fury twice. Mm-hmm. Since he returned to the sport, who has stepped in there with Tyson Fury twice?
Mm-hmm. Are you done, man? Because this is a dead conversation. The fact is, the man.
It's a dead conversation because you don't have no answer for me, man. Because
I don't have
Vladimir, we all know Vladimir was old.
Okay,
he was
ahead, man, because somebody else
he was broken down. He was retired, and y'all keep on using his last name as if he was still
the same thing
fighter.
as Tyson Fury. He was old and broken down and coming off a fight with a
cruiserweight,
and
you gotta definitely stay on code.
He fought a guy that fought
you on another channel
4 times in 5 fights.
Channel, you was praising Tyson Fury, and you just said
you are a
blasted
liar.
He came back.
You are a blasted liar through and
he was on
Thank
drugs.
you very much. You always come back with the lies, man.
Tyson Fury.
You always come back with the lies.
Fury for coming back from a drug addiction.
Keep coming back with the lies, man. It's okay. It don't mean nothing to me because I know what I say.
Troy, you need to
I
listen.
don't ever change. I don't change.
You praise Tyson Fury for coming back.
That's a lie.
Self-inflicted drug use.
That's a lie. I praise him for his drug use.
No, I say you praise Tyson Fury coming back to the sport off a self-inflicted drug use, and you talk about how he fought this fighter, that fighter, and he beat Deontay Wilder, but you don't never want to talk about.
Okay, well, since I said it, tell me where I said it and when I said it.
Positive with Christian Hammer, and he had a pending.
Tell me when and where I said it.
In there with an antiquated.
Clear the air and tell me when and where I said it.
Damn near close to retirement.
Okay, just keep flapping your lips, but tell me when and where I said that.
I'm just saying, you always praise. You always sit up here and praise.
No. When and where? When and where did I say that?
I don't need to come in here and put timestamps on all the channels.
Yeah, you do.
On
yes, you do. Because if you're saying I said something, you should be able to back it up with some proof.
I just told you. You be saying that on all these channels.
Where?
You'll sit up here and praise Tyson Fury for coming back with a mental illness.
Name me one. Name me one, please. Name me one.
I don't need to. I'm not going to mention
somebody else's channel. Thank you very much. And that proves that it's a lie. And that proves that it's a lie. Oh, no, okay, but you are big enough people's channels.
Look, you unwilling
I've been on other people's channels
and have integrity for you being an extremely biased individual. Because
No,
the
no.
only time that
I'm not biased
look, the
whatsoever.
only boxer that you
That's
are
the narrative
upset
you like
about
to
this
push.
is when it comes to Deontay Wilder. You're extremely biased. Period.
Yes, no,
You don't like the
Yeah.
man.
no. You're
You don't
extremely
like the
biased
man.
when it comes
You
to
don't like the
Deontay
man.
Wilder.
And maybe if you meet him
You the one
once
that's
in
extremely
person,
biased.
maybe if you meet
You
him
are.
once in person, you'll change your mind.
I would love to meet him in person because I'll tell him the same things I tell you.
That don't have anything to do with me. That's something you have to take up with that grown man. I don't have anything to do with it. I'm talking about maybe you should
I
meet him
would
for
love to
the
tell him
first
the same
time,
things I tell you.
so
Yes.
you kind of better get a better understanding who he is as a person. That's all.
I don't want to. I don't talk about the person. I talk about the boxer. So I don't know where you coming off with that. I've
Man,
never once said anything
you're not even
personal
making no
about it.
sense right now. Talking about you ain't talking about the person. You talking about the
I
boxer.
never. Tell me what I said that
You
was
see
personal.
that man
Go
at
ahead.
a fight. You
Tell
see
me
that
what I
man
said
in a
that was
fight
personal.
in regular clothes, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm talking to the boxer and not the man," right?
No. I said for you to tell me what I said that was personal. That's what I said.
Man, you personally don't
Thank
like.
you.
You
Thank you very
personally don't
much.
like him.
No, just tell me what I said that was
When it
personal,
comes down to
man.
this YouTube social media stuff,
Oh,
we're not gonna go all the way back and try to put timestamps. You've
you
been on
can't
cameras. Me and
because
you
you're
have had
lying.
arguments about this on other
We're not
panels, and
having
you
an
know what it's
argument. I'm
about.
simply telling you that you're lying through and through because I don't get personal. That's a lie. That's a blasted lie through and through.
Okay, man. Now you got selective amnesia because what you said
No,
about Deontay Wilder,
if
what you
you
said
know,
about
if
Deontay
you know I
Wilder.
said something personal, simply speak. Well, simply speak the truth and shame the devil, sir. Go ahead.
Keep it a topic about you disrespecting him as a boxer in general.
Speak the truth and shame the devil, man. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
that
You
devil.
be
Shame you.
disrespecting my homeboy. Hey, look,
How?
man. You be disrespecting my
Okay, Dion,
homeboy as
tell
a
me how
boxer.
I'm
Now, I
disrespecting
don't
him, please,
appreciate
sir. Okay,
it. I
Dion,
don't be
tell me
teaching him.
how.
Troy, you
How
one
I'm
of the most biased
disrespecting him.
persons
No,
towards Deontay Wilder,
I'm
man.
sorry.
You praise other fighters, dog. You
I'm
praise
sorry,
other
World
fighters all
Combat.
the time, bro.
Dion was
And
speaking.
you
Dion was speaking,
continuously
man. Let him
dog out
finish the
Deontay,
statement.
and you have never met the man in life, man. You
Let
ain't
him
never
finish
met
the
him in
statement.
life.
Dion, tell me
You
how I've
be
disrespected him. How?
disrespecting my homeboy. You be saying all this and
How?
all that. Then you
What
bigging
did
up.
I say that's disrespectful, man?
Look, bro. Hey, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm already mad that you done had us. You done had us talking about Dillian White for the last hour on the channel, and we had a good
I didn't
3
bring up nobody
cards.
wife, man. Yeah, what are you talking about? I didn't bring up nobody wife.
I'm already kind of mad at that. But
Man, we
bro,
talking about Dillian White. Stop
be out
playing,
here
Troy.
disrespecting my homeboy.
Dillian White. I didn't hear what he said. But look, man, you said I say disrespectful stuff. What disrespectful thing?
Nah, I'm talking about you be disrespecting my homeboy as a boxer, man.
Okay.
Dillian White can't even
What
get a championship.
disrespectful
Man.
things that I say, brother? Tell me what
Come on, man.
disrespectful things I say. That's
Troy,
what I'm trying to get out of you.
you know what you said. You have been
No, I don't,
extremely.
because I wouldn't
You
ask
do, man.
repeatedly what I said.
You said something about him pulling the contract out from under Mansoor. You said something
That's
else.
the truth. If you get
All right,
Mansoor on here, he'll tell you the story word for word.
go ahead.
Get him on your platform, World Combat. Have him tell you the story and see if I'm lying. Get him on here. Have him tell you, see if I'm lying. Next.
Pointless. That's pointless to even. Mansoor is something that's fresh on the surface. We're talking about all the criticism that you have spoke on him, the bias, and you want to raise up all these UK
about
fighters.
The boxer,
but
right?
You don't want to give the minimal praise to a US fighter.
But you're not telling
talk
me.
Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
Look, you talk Anthony Joshua. You would talk Tyson Fury. Okay. You would praise these people and raise them up. But you would say Deontay Wilder is retired just off one loss.
Yes, I say he's retired.
Off one loss. You didn't want to speak Wilder's name.
No, I didn't want to talk Wilder's name. I tried to avoid all talk. I tried to avoid it. I was doing Crawford and everybody else. You the one that pushed for it. And now that you push for it and I'm wide awake, now I'm being disrespectful. But you can't name me one thing I said that was disrespectful. Hey, man, this is what I hear from you dudes all the time. This is what I get from you dudes all the time, that I'm disrespectful. Man,
you up here praising Dillian White, talking about he's gonna, that's your favorite fighter. But
White.
He one of the most reckless.
He asked me to break down how the fight would go.
Reckless fighters out here that doesn't have the common sense to maintain poise once he ahead in the fight. 2 knockdowns and he goes out there and get knocked out cold. I mean, but you over here praising the shit out of him and he's gonna come back and he's gonna do so good this weekend. But yet Wilder has one loss against the top heavyweight in the game, and you don't even want to give this man no credit for even coming back to the sport. You want to say he retired? Tyson Fury retired the man. He's no longer.
I haven't seen him fight nobody in a year.
Did you see him before that? Did you see him training? Did you see him training before he went in there with Tyson Fury? 1 or 2. Did you see it? So if you didn't see it, why are you making a big deal about it now, though?
Actually, yeah, I did. He had a video on Boxing Voice.
No, you didn't.
Yes, he did. He had a video on Boxing Voice. Somebody jumping rope now. He got away from it, but he back to jumping rope. Yeah.
So you seen one fight when he was training for who again?
Tyson Fury.
So the Boxing Voice had a fight that he was training for Tyson Fury, huh?
Video. Old boy was in Alabama there, and he said he's getting back to the fundamentals.
Yeah, I was in the same fight camp. That was for Tyson Fury.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. You asked me if I seen him train. Right. I seen him train. That's the video.
So you seen him jump roping, and that's all you need to see him jump roping. You seen him spar before?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yes, you have, because there was a video. That was the Mitch. That was the Mitch. That was the sparring.
You talking about David Hay way back in the day? You talking about Philippe Perkovic?
That was the Mitch. That wasn't sparring. He was on.
But have you yourself trained him? Seen the man spar? Have you yourself? No,
I just said it was the Mitch.
Since you haven't, why don't you reach out to his team so you can go to Tuscaloosa and check him out, so you won't be so critical of him about boxing.
I don't need to see him do anything. I haven't disrespected him, respect him in any way.
No, he need to get that same love you giving Dillian White, man.
No, he doesn't.
Because Dillian White got 2 knockout losses. Deontay Wilder towel was thrown in on him, and he has 1 loss for 42 victories.
I said all the time that he got knocked out by a brilliant punch. That's what I said. He got knocked out by a brilliant punch. You can leave that
B word alone. Brilliant?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You can put that in the recycle bin. That's garbage. That's garbage, bro.
It was a brilliant. Well, I don't see Wilder executing the way that old boy did over here, the Russian. I don't see Tyson Fury being able to execute 41
knockouts, and you don't see him executing anything. Okay.
I don't see Joshua, executing like that. 41 knockouts against who? Nobody that's top 5.
I ain't doing your homework. Look at his record.
Thank you very much. Nobody top 5 or top 10. It isn't quantity, it's quality that we're discussing.
No.
Come on, bro.
So we're talking about just because Dillian White stepped in there with Anthony Joshua, that's quality?
He sits on top of the heavyweight world, so the answer would be yes.
That's what? No, when did Dillian White fight him? What champion
Joshua
was he?
Sits on top of the heavyweight world.
What champion was Joshua when Dillian White fought him? What belt did he have?
No, neither one of them had a belt. They were young and coming up.
So what are you talking about then? If none of them had a belt, what are you talking about? He's a 2-time unified champion. Who cares? Dillian White didn't fight him for
where they're at right now. You asked. I said
Dillian White didn't fight Anthony Joshua for the belt.
Joshua is the quality of the sport right now.
How do you figure? He got washed by Andy Ruiz.
He's the cream of the crop.
He got washed. He quit. He quit against Andy Ruiz.
Keep saying that, but I didn't hear those words come out of his mouth.
The world seen it. The world seen it.
Really? I didn't see the word. I didn't hear the words come out of his mouth.
He quit.
I didn't see the words come out of his mouth. Once you find me the video of him saying I quit.
What do you mean the words?
Find me the video of him saying I quit.
Silence as confirmation. The referee took his silence as confirmation because he did not respond to the referee in a timely manner, and the referee stopped the fight.
He got stopped the same way
Joshua was looking left and right, and he didn't want to talk to the referee.
Wilder got stopped on his.
He quit. On his feet. He quit, bro.
Wilder's corner quit for him, then, right?
He quit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to recognize and admit that
I don't have to recognize the lie. I don't have to recognize the lie. The referee stopped the fight.
He quit,
he didn't quit. The referee stopped the fight.
He quit. He was on his feet with both elbows up on the ropes. He spit out his mouthpiece to buy more time, and the referee was asking him.
What did he do exactly after that? What did he do after that? He got his rematch in less than a year, and he won. So what's your point? What's your point? He got his rematch in less than a year, and he won.
With jelly beans falling out of his pocket and Snicker bars, goddamn, dripping out his jawline.
Fury was big and fat too, wasn't he? 273,
and he took a paycheck.
Fury was 273 when he beat Wilder for 7 rounds.
He took a paycheck.
273.
Andy
Fury
Ruiz was
was
out of shape, bro.
Fury was 273 pounds.
Andy Ruiz was out of shape. We ain't changing topic. We're talking about Anthony Joshua.
Both
We're
men
talking
were
about
heavy
Anthony
and
Joshua.
fat. Both men were heavy and fat when
We're
they
talking about
lost.
Anthony Joshua.
Not that shit, Troy.
Mm-hmm. How am I lying there, Dion? Wasn't Fury weighing 273 pounds?
Look,
wasn't Fury weighing 273 pounds?
Hey, we ain't gonna do that, Troy. We ain't gonna do that, bro. You keep on changing topics.
Of course, because you can't stand the truth. You know, you have a.
It ain't got nothing to do with the truth. It's just I've been here with you already.
It's
not personal, but I'm not going to go back and forth with you about topics that you keep on changing from one fighter to the next.
I'm not changing it.
Joshua,
Anthony
Joshua,
one guy was fat.
Tyson Fury was fat too, Anthony Joshua, and Dillian White. Those are your three favorites all across the pond.
I don't like
you
the
have
way
nothing good
Fury
to say about
fights.
U.S. fighters, man. You have nothing good to say about Deontay Wilder, the only heavyweight champion that was over here for a long time, man. The U.S. heavyweight champion.
Clarissa Shields is my favorite fighter, actually. But since you asked, that's who my favorite.
What's going on, Pac-Man ATL in the building? And speaking of Tay, I remember when he came on the platform and you was trying to talk that shit to him. He said, "I ain't come over here to talk to you." You was talking shit then about Wilder.
I was speaking the same way I spoke to you. I was speaking the same way I speak to you.
Look, I didn't say you wasn't. I'm just saying you was talking the same bullshit you was over there. Mm-hmm. And then I'm telling you that you was extremely biased and you continue to be that way. But you wouldn't even say the man's name.
I'm extremely biased.
Unable to pronounce another black man's name. It's just
you know what's so funny? I can say you're biased towards white, but I don't. You just have your own opinions, man. That's just the way it is. Dog. I can say that you're extremely biased against white and any fighter from the UK, but I don't because that's your opinion.
That's a lie because that's a lie.
If someone has it's not. It's the truth.
Yeah, it is because the heavyweight division is not the only group of fighters in the UK, bro. The heavyweight division is what you focus on, not me. So there you go. Check the box on that. Be clear. Be clear.
Crawford ain't no heavyweight,
clear, bro.
Crawford ain't no heavyweight.
Just because you are enamored by Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury,
Shields is not a heavyweight.
Dillian White doesn't mean
is not a heavyweight.
Scope of the UK boxing
no
team,
heavyweight. Or Porter and all them other boys I was talking about.
You're not being reasonable talking about the heavyweight division is the only fighters over in the UK. We're talking about the heavyweight division, and you tell me I'm biased towards UK fighters.
I said the top heavyweights are in the UK.
How do you figure, man? How do you figure?
Prove me wrong then, man. And
how do you figure?
Prove me wrong.
Tyson Fury don't have a boxing license over there. They never embraced Tyson Fury. They never embraced
Tyson from America.
Tyson Fury was gone. Anthony Joshua got the default plan and went and scooped up the belts. Now he's the one that's over there after picking up the titles again from a fat, out of shape Andy Ruiz. Now you give him all the credit as being the top heavyweight when he has one loss
like beat by a guy that's 273 pounds.
One loss like
Joshua got beat by a guy that's 283 pounds. It seems like both of them are fat to me.
He has one loss like Wilder though. He has one loss.
Yeah. He also
one loss, bro.
He also avenged his loss without any excuses. There was no glove game. He didn't die on the autopsy table. He don't have a permanent dent in his head. He wasn't poisoned. Nobody put egg weights in his freaking glove.
We're talking about he has one loss.
Knuckles, all of that. No, he has one loss. And he won.
He has one loss, bro. He has one loss.
And he has one loss and not a bag of excuses and a bag of garbage.
You talk that up with him and his team. Just talk it up with him and his team. I'm not getting into that.
Of course not.
I'm not getting into that because it's all public record. That's not for me to get into over and over again with somebody who's just critical of one particular person, and you support all those UK heavyweights.
Wow, I support a lot of boxers, man.
No, you don't. So, you support UK heavyweights. Tyson Fury, Dillian White. You
heard me say that Clarissa Shields is my favorite boxer. When is she from the UK?
She ain't heavyweight. Stay on topic.
When is she from the UK? No, you said I only support fighters from the UK.
Heavyweight
you said that. And I clearly said that Clarissa
heavyweight boxers.
No. You can't change it now.
Heavyweight
you said
boxers.
I only support UK boxers. Now you change it to benefit you. No.
You have an extreme. You have an extreme bias with those U.S. heavyweight fighters over there.
Right. Because America don't have no damn heavyweights right now except for Kofi. I'm impressed by him, and Cortez Dunston is coming up, but I don't see nobody.
And you
So
had a
you
lot
got
of heavy.
Jared Anderson. You got Jared
Chill out,
Anderson,
man.
who's a prospect coming up
Oh
through the
yeah,
ranks.
Anderson. Yes, exactly. I
It just goes to
apologize.
show
Yes,
you, and
yes,
that's what I
yes.
mean. You
Michael
don't
Hunter,
have that
Michael
support for
Hunter,
U.S.
Cassius Chaney.
I didn't hear what you said, man. You sound muffled.
I said Michael Hunter, Cassius Chaney, Jared Anderson.
I can't stand his style, man. He's ugly as hell. I can't stand Michael Hunter's style.
But see, you can't stand his style, but you like Anthony Joshua robotic style, right? I got it.
Come on, bro.
Got
Get out of here.
You like Billy and White reckless style and get put to
Stop
sleep.
that
I
shit.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to, but I have to sing you about your way, Troy. We gotta talk about something else, man.
Yeah,
Well,
man,
I tell you what, you all brought it to my attention because I avoided it. You kept pushing it. I didn't bring this up. You all did. So you know you can't say,
man. We passed that. We already know you are numero uno Deontay Wilder hater. Period.
If you know that, why did you bring the subject up?
I didn't bring that shit up. You kept on speaking subliminals.
No, I did not bring it up.
As a grown ass man, why are you speaking subliminals,
dog? Bringing it up. And no, exactly. I didn't speak on it. You all brought it up. I simply stayed.
Man. I was off.
And I repeated
channel,
the same things I always say. I repeated the same exact things I was saying. I'll keep repeating myself. There's no need for me to change.
Troy, listen, my brother. Troy, listen, my brother. You can talk subliminals all day long. You can address somebody by name. That doesn't mean you have to continue to be extremely biased. I talk Fury. I don't like Fury, but I don't talk around Fury's name. I just tell it the way it is. He's a cheat. He's a dirty fighter. I don't have to speak subliminals.
The same cheat that
Brilliant White.
Listen to me now.
No, hear me out now. He's a reckless.
The same cheat.
He's a reckless heavyweight fighter who won't have a long career.
The same cheat that you took his word and saying that he's gonna fight Wilder next. All of a sudden, the cheating a liar, but you're taking his word that he said he's gonna fight Wilder next. That's what started on the
fight Wilder next. If you heard, what I ever reported, I just repeated his words in the media.
I didn't say you. I said, look. All them LDC boys took what.
Man, don't have nothing to do. Don't bring LDBC into this, man.
And he ran with it. And I'm sure that you ran with it too. I'm sure you ran with it too.
Black media, man. Why y'all always then using them guys and giving them extreme amount of power? See, that's how powerful the LDBC is. LDBC. Hey, that's how powerful they are because cats like you and the rest of them keep on mentioning their acronym LDBC. That's why you give them that much power. That's how much power they got.
Media, huh? Mm-hmm. They have no power because if they had power, then they could create change.
Why you mention them then?
I was making a point the same way you mentioned Ilya White and everybody.
No, because you know on this YouTube stuff, man. They
yes, I know. I hate black people. I hate all black American fighters. I know.
Hey, appreciate you for pulling up there, Troy, but we got to move on with another topic.
Y'all have a wonderful night.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
And look, make sure you get that Deontay Wilder recovery, that 12-step recovery.
I can't support a fighter that's retired.
I expect
He's in
you
the
to be
retirement home for fighters. He's in the retirement home for fighters, frying up that good Alabama chicken right now. That's
not
what
at all, man.
Hey, watch him out.
Not at all.
And he got some
Troy
biscuits
to end
that he
with a
making up too.
statement like that. You know what I'm saying? Alabama chicken.
Oh my God! Kill that! I told you I'm darker than you. I want to hear that garbage.
Who eat Alabama chicken? Who eat Alabama chicken?
People in Alabama. People in Alabama eat Alabama chicken.
Hey, Troy, I ain't finna let you do that now.
Let me do what, partner? What?
Nah, I ain't gonna let you disrespect my state and my home like that now. Find you something else to joke
about. What did
I
say that was disrespectful about Alabama now? Go ahead.
No, hey,
you know you was trying to use that in like, yeah, we out, Troy.
Man. That's out. I got to move on, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna talk about that all day. I got people in the chat. Shout out to Pac-Man, man. Pete Davenport on deck. Why people say when the last time Wilder fought and Fury didn't fight in the same amount of time? Why people say when the last time Wilder? I know, man. Davenport. That's what I be trying to say. Like both of these fighters has been out a year. You know what I'm saying? Both of these fighters has been out a year. You know what I'm saying? Due to COVID and due to contractual issues that's being processed during litigation. So it's just puzzling to me, man. You know what I'm saying? When was Tyson Fury's last fight? If Wilder is retired, then so is Fury. The last fight was each other. Chumps go the extra mile to hate on Wilder. Shit's so funny. I'm just saying, man, like both of these fighters are being held up in court. You know what I'm saying? Both of these fighters have been held up in court. 6'9" with the weight, though. Ruiz was 6'2". These heavyweights coming in with that weight, man. There's no bias towards White. He's just an asshole. Dillian White, man, he has a fight. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. I don't wish any fighter any type of harm going there inside the ring, real talk, because I see these cats on the lowest level to the highest. It's a tough sport, and I've seen cats get frozen and drop to the canvas, and they're out for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't say, well, I want him to go in there and get knocked out, even though, I hear other people just quickly calling them bombs and saying what the fuck they want to say. I try to maintain some type of, professionalism, if that's the case in this sport. Grote go hard. I want to see her fight Savannah Marshall. That might be it, man. Since she went down there to 154 and unified that, I'm still waiting to see if she's gonna fight, Hannah Gabriel again in the rematch. Somehow they downgraded Hannah Gabriel, and allowed all the titles to be fought for. What now? What'd you say, Dion?
Yeah. I hear you. My bad. I responded to a 10 minutes. I ain't know I went on mute. My bad.
How can one hate on Wild and love Dillian White? I asked the same question. You asked Troy that bad. Ain't nothing wrong with Alabama fried chicken and biscuit. Man, you was trying to throw shade, bro. You was trying to throw shade, man. I don't know why, when it comes down to it. I don't think when I was there, I ain't know it was a thing, Alabama fried chicken. But anyway, I think I ate ribs. Yeah. Troy, man, you know what it is, man. Y'all keep on throwing the LDBC out here, and y'all just letting them know how powerful they are as a unit. So y'all keep on mentioning the LDBC, man, and they're gonna continue to grow and grow and grow. So keep showing them that love, but y'all gotta stop bringing them in every negative equation. With other black media, man. Like, I don't know what that's about, bro. I don't know what that's about. Real talk. Okay, both Fury and Wilder out a year, but Fury is signed to fight Joshua. Let's see if he fight him without this litigation. If he does fight him, that means the litigation is over with and we're moving on. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about that.
But if y'all really believe $7 million on the stepper side, you need to check yourself in the Arkham Asylum somewhere.
I can't say this. That Dion, that's the last time that I would actually give preface to a conversation for that long dealing with Dillian White. I can tell everybody on that live chat, that's the last time Dillian White getting any press play over here. Now, I take that back. I will do a post-fight recap or whatever happened. Besides that, nah. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude, he done dogged the shit out of Wilder too. That's another reason why I don't like his ass. He never had nothing good to say about the champ. But I put it, I even go further, Dion, when people be dogging him, right? It's real talk. Even Marcellus, bro. I talked to him after his knockout loss. Even Marcellus was classy. Even Marcellus, bro. They don't even hear about Marcellus, but only time when you really hear about him when he got a fight. Even him, he talked about it. He was professional and shit, man. So I really don't know when cats be sitting up here just getting personal. Like if I tell you I ain't seen it,
See,
I mean,
man.
I ain't breaking bread with
Yeah,
with Deontay and Marcellus, but every time I met them in an interview setting, media setting, I ain't got shit to say about all this. All this other stuff is going on. Like, you know, he's unapproachable. Dude is unapproachable. He'll talk. You know, he used to give, you know, family interviews, bomb squad, people taking pictures. Shut the place down. Ain't rushing people. Hurry up now. Let's hurry up and go. I got a place to be. None of that shit.
no. They good people, bro. And that's just me knowing them and growing up with them and knowing the whole family, man. They good folk, bro. It just you got guys on the internet that think it's cool just to jump out here and talk like they do about them, just so they can get some grounding points and everything. Don't even know Dillian White. Dillian White won't never even offer you a cold glass of water, but you all you bigging up the man. I don't get it,
Bigging
bro.
him up. Bigging him up. Bigging him up. The man done
I
said
get
some
it, man.
foul shit. When
Yeah,
another
man.
man call you a coward, that man personally have, you know, a vendetta. You know, I done heard Dillian White, you know, say Wilder was a coward forever and a day, man. That's his favorite word. Coward. Coward. I'm like, bro, how do you know that? You know? How can you justify the fact that Dillian White just got knocked out, but you praising him still and motivating him? So people are motivating Dillian White to go back in there in a fight that he was winning, but yet Deontay was in a tough fight, one of the toughest fights of his career, and he was fighting for his motherfucking life, and he suffered his first loss, and people are telling him he should retire, and he's mentally depressed and broken down and all that. He's not even able to come back to the sport. I think that's just extreme prejudice, man. Period. It ain't no other way to say it. That's prejudice.
Whole lot of goofy shit.
That's prejudice, racism, all that shit.
I don't know, man. But you know, Malcolm X told us there was a few guys like that, though.
Yeah.
You know, if you read enough, you know, he told us there was a few people like that, you know.
You know, without to move off that subject, it's just we'll see what happened in the upcoming months with this. We'll see what happened. But I really want to, like, you know, kind of talk about the division that's being slept on big time. You know, in my opinion, there's gonna look real nice once these belts get sorted out. You know, that's gonna be the 154-pound division. I can say the 140-pound division too. I think it's gonna look real nice once the belts get sorted out. Once Taylor and Ramirez fight, and once Charlo fight Castano. I think it's gonna look real nice with some names being able to get them title shots, man. But like I said, I don't know whoever wins between Ramirez and Taylor. Are they gonna give Teofimo? Is he gonna be one of them guys in line, or are they gonna, you know, fight a mandatory first? I don't know how this gonna play out. But either
Man,
way,
I think
it'll look
Crawford
good.
get that fight before Teofimo.
Who?
I think Crawford to get that fight before Teo.
What fight?
The winner at 140.
Man, you think
I
Crawford
hate
moved
to
down to
say it, but
140 and fight for that? He already had that shit though.
I mean, but at the same time, what else? What else other than the obvious fight we know he could make to where he can make the price point that he wants to make?
I ain't disagreeing with, you know,
Okay.
the interest of it, and the monetary shit will work it out. But you think at his age he's gonna want to, you know, drain down to 140? And
Well, I mean, one of them is going to want to move up to 47 after the fight anyway. So, because Taylor has already mentioned wanting to move up to 47, and what more would Ramirez want to stay at 144?
That's granted if he wins. If Ramirez wins, he's not going to take a fight at Crawford at 40. He's not going to hold on to the belts. I don't think he would want to take that fight with Crawford. But what would be great is just say Taylor won. Either one of them. They fight Crawford and then Teofimo fight Crawford again at 140. That'd be good. That'd be a good ass damn matchup right there if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? Crawford would be doing big things right then, like two-time undisputed. You know what I'm saying, at 140. That would be a G move right there. But I
mean,
it's just hard for me to even think that haven't even came up in the boxing conversation yet. You know what I'm saying? Crawford moving to 140, that'll be a damn good equation. Crawford goes down there and become undisputed at 140, and then T.O. I wonder would they, want to step up there and have a big ass fight. That'll make big money. Teofimo Lopez and Terrence Crawford for undisputed 140.
I mean, at this point, man, Crawford got free reign to do whatever he want to, because can't nobody say he ducking Spence, and can't nobody say he doing no ducking. So at this point, you might as well just do whatever you want to do, because the person you want to fight and the person everybody want to see you fight, the fight is nowhere near closer than it was yesterday. So you basically got free reign.
Hey Troy, it's nothing personal, man. I just wanted to move on from the topic. That shit ain't personal. I done heard it from you several times already. That shit ain't personal. Believe that.
Yeah, you broke the record at this point, Troy.
But I'm like, damn, if Crawford just stun on these motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. I mentioned black fighters the other time. I said black fighters need to take risk to the point where it has shock value. That right there has shock value to it. Like it came out of nowhere. Let's just say hypothetically it was to happen. Like, damn, Bud Crawford came up here and dropped down to 140 to shake that shit up. I mean, damn. And then you talking about if he can stay down there, if he win the titles and stay down there, and T.O. move up to try to face Bud Crawford at 40, that would be a tremendous motherfucking step up for Teofimo Lopez. I mean, that should have been crucial.
And then you got Tank trying to sneak up and cherry pick Barrios, what they call it. So,
we know how that goes. Like,
I mean, I'm just saying,
that's the closest he gonna sneak up is Mario Barrios. That's it. That's the closest he gonna sneak up. He ain't sneaking up on Crawford doing that shit.
No.
Crawford beat the brakes off Javante, man.
I mean, I'm just saying though, it's just the fact that he can do. If we not gonna get Crawford Spence, he might as well do whatever the hell he want to do, and can't nobody say nothing to him about it. Truth be told.
Dang, Troy still talk about Dylan White in the chat. I'm gonna keep it on something else. It's so many nice fights, like the 130-pound division. I'm looking forward to Mr. Gary Russell Jr. getting in there with Ray Vargas. Man, I'm really looking forward to see him getting in there, man.
I went back and watched a couple of Ray Vargas fights, man. He ain't got a shot.
What now?
Ray Vargas big, but torso too long. He tailor made for Mr. Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah, but I still want to see Gary fight somebody competitive. So this man, he's already a 3-division champion, ain't he?
Yeah.
So he's trying to go in here and with a different motivation to pick up another division against Russell. So that's what I like about it. It has some achievement, some accolade value to add to the legacy. I like that, man. I like when fighters do that. I just want to see, more black fighters take that step to do that. Like, Wilder, he was taking all the steps he needed up at the heavyweight, but he can't switch divisions. Down lower, we have options, you know what I'm saying, for these fighters down the lower division, but it's not as populated, so to speak, with black fighters in the lower division. We have, just think about it, 130. We have Shakur Stevenson and Jermell Herring at WBO about to face Carl Frampton up the line. So we're talking about the fighters who's ranked to get that next title shot. I think the one that's at 130 taking the risk is Shakur Stevenson. Outside of Jamel Herring already being the champion, of course. Shout out, simplify to Jamel Herring, my comrade. But besides that, Javante Davis, man, I can't put him in the equation because I know he's not gonna fight anybody unless it's out of the ordinary, just like Mario Barrios. So go there and come a 3 division champion. Then who knows who he's gonna fight next? Is he gonna fight Oscar Valdez? Is he gonna fight Shakur Stevenson? That'll be a nice risk. Let's get it out the way. Fuck it.
I'd love to see him get in there with Navarrete.
Ooh, that'd be a tough fight.
Then he moved up to 30.
See, Navarrete is fighting at Navarrete right now is at 126, right?
Okay, my bad. I thought he was at 30. I thought he moved up to 30. My bad. I don't want to move him up too fast.
No, Navarrete is not at 30 yet, man.
Okay. I know he just moved up. That's why I got him mixed up.
Let me double check, man, because I know I could have sworn Manuel Navarrete.
Yeah, he's at 26.
Huh?
Who has that other 30-pound championship?
He's at 26, man. That's what I thought. Yeah, he's at 26. So, huh?
I was trying to. Okay, that vacant is vacant. JoJo Diaz had that championship. Okay,
yeah,
the
IBF
is
sale, so
that's what I was thinking about. My
bad. Yeah. Mitch still going in on Troy.
I don't blame him, man.
Goddamn, Mitch, I ain't stopping shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you jumped in the chat so Mitch can get you, man. Because I know he wanted to jump on, he just didn't want to jump on.
Yeah, I know. Mitch didn't want to jump on, but man, I appreciate the consistency. I never. On the boxing channel, sometimes it get like that. That's like the real second time I actually gave Dylan White that info. Gave him that time, rather. Damn.
Nah, he can't get it over here, man. They got to pay for it over here, man. He wanted to fight it. They're gonna have to pay to get talked about on here, man.
Yeah, for real. Get no love anymore. I ain't talking about Dylan White ass no more. I remember you saying get Dylan White the fuck up out here. Yeah, Dylan White, no love over this motherfucker, man. Hell no. And it's a wild channel.
I hope he get knocked out by the same punch, same weight.
That motherfucker goddamn lounging on the bottom rope, on the first rope and shit, just chilling,
comatose,
waiting on the EMT to get there, give him that smelling salt. What's going on, J8? He said Troy's in love with Deontay. Nigga be fantasizing. Troy, keep your channel on the shelf. We good. Damn. He said we good over here, Troy. This is a Deontay Wilder freaking channel. This is footprint. This is a footprint for the champ. We don't goddamn keep on, rooting him on and return to the sport. So you won't have to say he retired no more.
I got 3 or 4 fights Dillian White need to fight before he fight Wilder.
Go ahead, spit him.
He might need to get a Gerald Washington fight. He need to fight Ortiz. And he
definitely
need to fight
Ortiz, first and foremost, definitely.
And probably a Helenius. I like to see what he do with Helenius. I think Helenius get him out of there.
Helenius might get in that ass for real. Helenius might get him a good ass fight, man. Yes, sir. It might happen.
Dillian not on that top level where y'all trying to put him, man. He ain't. He ain't, man. Y'all keep trying to put him there, but he ain't, man. But we back on him, man. But what we got going? What else besides that we got coming up this week, man? I know it's Sunday, man, but you know me. I like to look forward, man. You know, and that's what I was
I'm
saying
pulling up
too.
the I'm pulling up the
But,
boxing right quick.
okay.
Now you can keep
You
on
know,
talking, man. I'm just
Lawrence Okolie looking like a young wild out there, but they giving him all the praise.
because they pick their targets, especially when you're on top. It's easy to keep that target close to you. You know what I'm saying? So Okolie, he has to understand that he continued to climb that ladder, and the halo gets brighter. He's gonna have to, find out, is it he got some true loyal fans, or he gonna have them wilder fans, the love to hate. He'll find that out. He keep winning.
Yeah, but I don't think he gonna keep winning, man. Because I don't see him beating Dion with that shit he had the other day. That's why I was really watching the fight. But
Dion the Kodiak Savage up in this bitch.
oh yeah, man.
Dang.
I really want to see what my boy gonna do with old Poachy. That's a good matchup though. That's a real good
Yep.
matchup. I don't know who was the matchmaker responsible for that one, but they put a good one together. I can't lie. Shout out to that matchmaker for real.
Hold on for a second. I'm looking at the boxing schedule. Putting up the boxing schedule right now for.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, the only thing we
got.
the
Man,
only thing
April
we got
3rd. Damn, the end of this month is dud, dog. Dud.
Yeah,
We got Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor, the 22nd of May. Jesus Christ. March 25th, Amanda Serrano. Okay. Bermudez is on deck. Okay. And then the 27th is this weekend. So we have the Chris Congo versus Michael McKinson, Fabio Wardley, Eric Molina, Youssef Kamari, Kane Baker, and Campbell Haddenworth. Okay.
And Ted Cheeseman.
Yeah, Ted was the first one. Yeah, I didn't see it up at the top. Ted Cheeseman versus James Metcalf, 12 rounds. I'll definitely be looking at this fight because it's pretty solid for the zone. So I'm really looking forward to the March 31st, South Wales, Australia. Tim Zhu is back in there with Dennis Hogan.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like Tim Zhu, man. You know what I'm saying? Not because his daddy legacy, but he act like he want to come in there and get it.
Yeah, he gives you what you're looking for, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was up watching that Jeff Horn fight live. It came on at like 5 a.m. that morning, and I stayed up and weathered the storm.
He beat the brakes off Jeff Horn, man. Goddamn early in the morning too.
Yep. Because I know I weathered the storm for that fight. But
Damn,
the summer is it's promising.
Yeah, it is.
I hope that you will be able to get back out there and do a little bit more field work.
Yeah, I'm making these phone calls and everything, man. So
now I hope you get that Triller, man. I hope you get that Ben Askren card, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to. They haven't put out the press release for the credentials yet, but yeah, I'm getting emails from them, so that's good. Yeah. But I need to be on deck for that.
Yeah, man. We don't want to talk about it because we don't want to hurt your chances on getting it. But
yeah, man.
I'm really interested on why old Iron Mike felt the way that he felt.
I really want to interview Iron Mike, man. Seriously, I do. I just want to ask him a couple of questions, but damn,
Hey man, you gotta have your shit on you. You ain't interview Iron Mike now.
Oh, always.
He
Always. If
can
he
go
even
left
think
quick.
about goddamn smoking before doing the interview with me and lose his Sam. Nope.
Hey,
I will give him a warning though. I'll say, hey Mike, chill, Mike. You know, we chill, Mike. Come on, man. Come on now. But you said what he said about what?
you know, you didn't see what he said about Triller?
What'd he say?
Well, I'll let you do it, man, because I don't want to hurt your chances on getting that credential.
Just put it in the private chat. Just
Okay,
type it in
yeah,
the private chat over there.
okay.
They keep your channel on the shelf. We're good. It's hilarious. You going to like for a guy. It's clearly doing the aforementioned. Dylan White knows what he's doing with antagonizing Wilder the way he does and the media for attention and giggles. You failing to admit it is a fucking weird, Troy. I know he has this infatuation with them dudes over there. Andrew said the young boxer Tristan Calic Ruth got his W last night. It was a great, quick fight. I've mentioned him a couple of times and keep an eye on him. I have to check him out, man. I have to see. I'm actually highlighting his name right now. I'm gonna drop him in box rec and see who he is. I'm gonna drop him up there. Tristan Caruth. Let me see. So Tristan Caruth is not working. I don't know why it didn't come up. Page is not working right now. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out on him once I figure out and check in him on a little bit. Check in on him. Tyson said he was done with Triller and wouldn't do any more Triller events. That wasn't a live chat. I said put it in the private chat, big dog.
Oh, my bad.
The private chat, dog, where it says private chat. I wonder where he said that. I haven't heard that. Dang.
Yeah.
I know some shit about you. I ain't gonna get into it, but we'll talk offline.
Yeah,
Though.
yeah. That's why I said, I don't want to, I want you to
Mike
be there
said,
for your kids.
yeah, I get it. I ain't know that, man. Sometimes I get in the field, man. I take time away from actually doing research on some shit. Man, what the fuck? Let's Kellen Hunter take down the fence? None of this dude play too much. Jay, good questions, bro. Kevin Holler, if you ever heard me, you heard me do like the little preliminary on this, the pre-fight, but I didn't go in depth, right? I said Kevin Holland, the way he looked against Johnny Walker a bit, he was getting complacent out there, man. Dude has this thing with doing that Nate and Nick Diaz or Bobby Green, Kurt Pellegrino. They talk shit during the fight a lot. And Kevin Holland, he does it so much to a point like he's your friend or something. But going in there against a hard-nosed fighter who's been knocked out cold, who's rebuilding his surge in that weight division, yeah, Kevin Holland looked bad because we don't know what was going on with him. He was within the scope of how he do business. He liked talking to his opponent during the fight, but it might have been some underlying mental issue or a personal situation that he just wasn't into fight to win that night. But Brunson, he ain't complaining. You know what I'm saying? Sir Ken said WCS and Danny Garcia say he is going to 154. What is your take if he got the Erickson Lubin fight? I'd like to see that fight. Erickson Lubin is not too much of a powerhouse over
Erickson Lubin beat him.
Danny Garcia, but he beats him though. Erickson Lubin beats him. Period. I
Goucher
mean,
beat him.
look, Terrell Goucher that fought his last fight would beat Erickson Lubin. I think. Like the one that just went over there and stopped my boy, dog. Which I couldn't believe at all. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see Terrell Goucher getting a stoppage like that. You see his last fight, man?
Yeah, you know I was there for it, man. Terrell Goucher, he got off some good shots in the first round. Second round, Jamonte Clark, man. I mean, I ain't mean to drop his name, but you know that's who he fought. Yeah, he gave Jamonte, you know, something real nice early in the fight, man, and ended the night quick.
Man, Jamonte threw that left hand, and you know, Goucher sent that left and then crushed him with that straight inline right down the middle. Hurt him, you know, showed something he didn't show with the Lubin fight. And shout out them Cincy boys, man. Jamonte Clark, man. Still, you know, we fuck with you. Salute to you. He was a good dude, man.
You know,
Jamonte Clark.
the Ohio guys been at me ever since he won too. Because I was trashing the Ohio fighters for a minute, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. You know, a couple of guys that I know from Ohio, man, they love talking about Ohio runs boxing. So, you know, I was talking
about Marcus.
Yeah, I was talking Marcus and Junior the Truth, man. So they had got on me, man. And you know, when Goucher won, they wouldn't leave me alone on Instagram.
Yeah, Goucher went in there and represented.
Yeah.
Goucher went in there and represented for sure. So Danny Garcia move up, fight Erickson Lubin. I can't see him winning that period, but you know, him moving up just in general for another paycheck. Why not, man? Go do what you do. Go do what you do. That's all I got to say. Go do what you do. I mean, I don't see him being active enough and letting his hands go. It's at a higher weight now. Sometimes they perform better at a higher weight. I don't know, bro, but he gonna get that work from Erickson Lubin.
He gonna get that work from Ears Landed Laura. He get that work from a lot of guys. I like to see him and Kell Brook at 54. I hate. Hey, since we recycling guys, you might as well go ahead.
Yeah, Kell Brook is up there, ain't he? I know he returned back up there now.
Yeah, he had to go back up there.
That wouldn't be a bad fight, but I'm pretty sure Danny Garcia would want to fight somebody that's in the ranking system to get himself established up there, a credible name. And Erickson Lubin is a credible name for real. I'm trying to make it seem like Erickson an easy target, but no, he ain't, man.
They might throw him Tony Harrison or somebody.
Man, Tony Harrison, man, that'll be good. Well, I mean, when he coming back, man? When you coming back, Tony? Man, anybody hear from Tony, man, tell him we want to see him back, man. Come on, Tony. We want to see you back in the ring, bro. It'd be good if Charlo, you know, handed you that trilogy, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Y'all got 1-1. So let's see what it do.
Hey, I don't mean to go back. But you know who I would love to see Ray Robinson fight Virgil Ortiz, though, for real. Believe it or not.
He might give him that L, dog. Ray Robinson.
Yeah. I mean, he gotta fight sometime. You gotta fight a style like that sometime or another, though.
Yeah, that's a dangerous style for Virgil Ortiz, I'll tell you that. But I like what Virgil Ortiz said. He said, whether I'm ready or not. That right there, man, that's respect for me. Whether I'm ready or not,
yeah,
I want to fight. I like it. When it comes to boxing, I like that shit. Talk it. Let's
Talk that
go.
shit.
Let's go.
But you know how Oscar is.
Yep.
You know, that's his only cash cow left now, man, other than Ryan. You know, he
Ching,
running dry.
ching. Yeah. But man, I'm about to bounce there, Dion, man. It's been 3.
Okay,
been
then,
3.
man. You know, it's all love, man.
It's
Shoot.
been 3 in the cut. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Yeah,
just getting back from Alabama. I'm about to release some of these picks I took. So
yeah, man, we got a long week, man. And this week really ain't no big week or nothing, man. So you know, we're gonna have to come up with some stuff to talk about, man. We gotta fill in some space.
yeah, I agree. That's easy to do, man. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Hey, for those of you that's in the live chat, man, hey, thank you for pulling up. Be sure to click on the link next time because I really want to hear what some of you all that's in the live chat has to talk about for real. You know, give your opinion. I know Mitch is on here sometime, Mike, you know, all the other cats, and also, you know, on behalf of World Combat Sports, I want to give you an apology for providing Dylan White with too much of my motherfucking airtime. That shit won't happen again. So that's on behalf of WCS, man. You know, I clear that. We're gonna erase that out of the motherfucking server. So that won't come back over here again. The Dylan White shit.
Yeah,
But it's
man.
all good, man. Any final words you got there, Dion?
Appreciate
You pulling
everybody,
up as
man.
always, bro.
First and foremost, man, appreciate you for letting me come on to your platform and, you know, share what I need to share with the fine people that tune in to World Combat Sports on a daily basis. Shout out to the chat, shout out to the loyal supporters that in there every time we do something, you know, King Mitch, Sir Ken, J8.
Yes, sir.
Plenty of guys, man. You know, if I did mention you, man, I'm gonna get around to you the next time, man. But keep tuning in, keep supporting World Combat Sports. World Combat Sports, keep doing what you're doing for combat sports. You know, going out in the field and supporting these fighters, man, and bringing exposure to them that they wouldn't normally get. So, you know, I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Appreciate your words. You know, and once again, give a salute your way, man, for being my co-host, man. No doubt about it. Out of Alabama, the one and only Dion Washington, man. World Combat Sports. Until next time, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.